get in there early.
You ain't from the hood.
Get in there early.
Nah, you ain't get put on. You ain't from the hood.
Some pretty bold.
You ain't never got put on. You ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on. You ain't from the hood. Oh, I live in the hood, ass nigga. Never got put on. Always claiming the hood though. Oh, you fucking with the homegirl, but don't come to the hood with none of your damn homeboys.
They don't get a pass.
Had the little homies press they ass for your tattoos. Hey, your mama waking up to some bad news. The plug saying groove, I'm a dime. I was long in the race, skinny nigga with the braid. Took a 2-man fade. I'm really from the hood. I took a fucking break to get my money right. But I was banging on the plane in the meeting with Jermaine. They like, poet, oh, you bang? They forgot where I came from. I was gang banging when it wasn't fun. Homie doing life right now, cause we don't play from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. So, you ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. And that goes for these hoes too. Start fucking on niggas and throwing these niggas hood up. Ha, little dot. Heard you gave a homie head in the trap spot. Gotta throw away in the stash spot. Boy, you not real, like a Sasquatch. Boy, I'm so high, I'm seeing astronauts. Boy, I ball hard, I'm like a mascot. And Swahili, I'm a damu.
Y'all know what that means.
My nigga Uzi, he from Five Deuce. Pad blows, I be hanging with some real whoops. Gang signs out the window when we drive coupes. Making money with some crips like it's 92. Banging on tracks, banging on tracks. Back in my days, it was banging on. You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. So, you ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood.
Fuck Chris Brown, nigga. Pull up in the hood right now, nigga. Catch your fade, nigga. Fuck, nigga. Frogs.
You ain't from the hood.
What's up with the chat and channel? If you came and you are worried about your money in this financial crisis, you have came to the right fucking place. You have came to the right channel. You ain't gonna get this shit on Fox. You ain't gonna get this shit on CNN. You ain't gonna get this shit from the government. You ain't gonna get this shit from nobody else but your boy. But your boy gonna get this information. Now, this is a political comedy show, so I cover everything, including your damn money, right? So this week, we've been concentrating on money. I've been concentrating on money, your money. Because if you can't make no money, damn it, I can't make no money because y'all give me donations, damn it. And I got to make sure y'all straight and y'all know what's going on before the world coming to a crash. And make sure you save your... Oh, shit. Hold on. The smoke detector. Fire. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm smoking. That's a first. That's because Randy K done gave me some of this. Randy K, I was smoking the shit you sent me yesterday, and the fire alarm went off. That's Randy K making my fire alarm go off. I was smoking a blunt that Randy K gave me, and the fire alarm went off. Good looking out, Randy. Randy set the fire alarms off in this motherfucker. Good looking out. I mean, the weed is good, goddamn. It's been setting off fire alarms around this motherfucker. But Randy, it's funny, he donated at the same time the fire alarm went off, goddamn it. Randy, I'm finna let you know about your money. Let's get into the video. First of all, we're finna hear about what Joe Biden said about the economy. If I can get it off of unmute.
Bold predictions about how things would turn out.
Hold on, here you go.
They're making some pretty bold predictions about how things would turn out. You might remember some of the predictions that if I became president, we'd, quote, see a depression, the likes of which we've never seen.
End of quote. Have we seen, or are we going to see, Oh, Buffalo Soldier. What's up with the Buffalo? Black News Network. BNN. Ooh, I like that. BNN. Black News Network. Good looking at Buffalo Soldier. I'll probably steal that shit. Fuck CNN. But anyway, Buffalo Soldier. Did you hear what he said? People made the predicament say, I'm going to fuck up the country.
They're making some pretty bold predictions about how things would turn out. You might remember some of the predictions. That if I became president, we'd, quote, see a depression, the likes of which we've never seen, end of quote.
And have we seen a depression, the likes we had never seen since we've been living? Fuck before we was living. Fuck all the things that happened before we was in existence and born. We talking about the things we living through right now. And why? Because Joe Biden, he said he was going to go to war with the oil industry. So it's not by accident.
Okay, I have one final question.
Would he close down the oil industry?
It falls.
Would you close down the oil
By
industry?
the way, I would transition from the oil industry, yes. And they're not, by the way, one thing.
Right? I would change from the oil industry, yes. You don't think that got to do something with inflation? When he said he was going to go to war with the oil industry? He said it early on. So there's no surprise we're in the predicament we're in right now because Joe Biden said it.
And they're not, by the way, one thing I want to say about the oil companies. You talk about how they have 9,000 permits to drill. They're not drilling. Why aren't they drilling? Because they make more money not producing more oil.
I have never heard of that shit in my life. I have never heard of somebody making more money by producing less. Right? I never heard of that. They make more money by production. I have never known nobody to make more money by making less. Right? It's only so many barrels. It's only so many gallons of oil come in a barrel. Right? And if you multiply them gallons of oil that's in the barrel times the price of gas, you're going to come out with a reasonable number while they can make some profits. Right? So Joe Biden say they made such and such $1 billion. Right? On gas last year, right? Okay, let's say that the oil industry made a 50-cent profit off of each gallon of oil sold. 50-cent profit. If they sell 2 billion gallons of oil, that's $1 billion. So it doesn't matter the price range or the profit margin. They got to make a profit, right? They got to make a profit to stay in business. It's the price of the oil. The price of the oil that's in the barrel. That shit is high. So the oil company got to make it high. They can't go lower than the price of the barrel. It can't be $150 a damn barrel and they sell the gas when like it's $100 a barrel, $60 a barrel. They can't do that. So when Joe Biden getting on here and talking about they price gouging, they doing all that shit, he's a fucking lie. It's supposed to be illegal to price gouge. If not, they just put in the rule, right? Just now talking about you can't price gouge during a national emergency, but if you go with the Better Business Bureau, right, you're not supposed to price gouge at all. It's supposed to be a stipulation in there for that. So if they price gouging, why you not doing nothing about it? And if they price gouging, why you just now trying to pass a law that goes against price gouging and shit like that. And it's not even passing the Senate now. It's not going to pass the Senate. It's not going to even pass the House. I mean, it already passed the House, but you can't say the business is price gouging and you ain't doing shit about it. No regulations, no nothing.
House has now passed a bill that would make it illegal for oil companies.
Let me turn this up because it seemed kind of low. Let me check the volume on this thing. Turn this thing up. It seemed kind of low. Usually the videos be kind of high. Here we go, right here. Where we was at? We was right. I think it was right here. Boom. Right here.
This was primarily a messaging document for Democrats.
Oh no, this not. I'm way right here. Yeah, right here.
Scott, the House is
Here we go, right here. Boom.
now now passed a bill that would make it illegal for oil companies to price gouge during national emergencies. This bill gives the FTC the authority to go after companies with unconscionably excessive price increases.
Oh, that's
Unconscionable excessive price increases, right? They supposed to be went after these companies. It's supposed to be illegal, right? But now they're saying you can't do it in a national emergency, because a national emergency, right? You supposed to be able, right, to put a different percentage on your gas because of the emergency, the shortages, and the things that may happen to supply and demand, right? Because of the emergency, right? So they're saying, oh, now we're going to put a law in so you can't price gouge in an emergency. Y'all should have been put that fucking law in if the prices was getting out of control like this. But as we get into here, I'm finna get into why the rich would never pay taxes, and Joe Biden is fucking lying when he talking about putting a tax in. He fucking lying. He can't do it.
transition. It is a big statement.
That's a big statement. Somebody just gave me a donation. Who gave me a donation? Cameron Grayson, Black, been following you. Love watching you grow. You gonna get the subs back up. Much love, Lake Charles. What's that? L.A. or Louisiana? Put me in the game show. It's smart. It's kind of. Oh, I got to get some more information for the game show. That video I posted done on the Donald Trump and Joe Biden inflation, that was supposed to be a game show, but I asked the wrong questions on the street, so I just made it a video, you know what I'm saying? But I asked the wrong questions and I didn't get the options, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted. So I got to make a video. I hurry up and put that one out, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the video I was supposed to do the game show on. I asked the wrong questions, so I got to go back and hit the streets. You know, I was just happy to get the questions off because it's hard trying to get these damn questions off. But I'm going to get it. We got to keep in. I'm finna go ask women about inflation. I asked the niggas about inflation, right? I did ask women about abortions, right? But I'm going to ask them about inflation instead and how it's affecting them, their kid, and all this whole shit. Because Joe Biden is fucking lying. And people ought to be mad at this video once I get into this video on how Joe Biden is purposely fucking up the country. Good looking out, Cameron Grayson.
I would stop.
Why would you do that?
This was primarily a messaging document for Democrats to show that they're trying to do something about inflation. It does not have a chance of passing in the Senate, but it has been enough to get the business community riled up. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce warning that the bill amounts to price controls and it could lead to gas lines and rationing.
Price control. Look, think about this. The Democrats want to pass something that will add to price control and rationing. Remember to pick your numbers and shit? We headed towards that. This is what the Democrats are trying to sign. By saying no price gouge, you got to keep it at a certain. Think about this. If you say, well, we're going to, we know how to lower the price of gas. We're going to do like we done it back in the days. You have odd days and even days. You can get gas on this day and this day. That way we can ration gas and the gas prices can go down. Right? So if they ration gas out, you only can get gas on certain days. Guess what? Gas gonna go down. That's what they saying.
We're going to make sure that everybody knows Exxon's profits. Why don't you tell them what Exxon's profits were this quarter? Exxon made more money than God this year.
They supposed to make more money than God. You know, God don't make no money. God makes shit come through. God, and why would you use God in the reference with Exxon? Exxon made more money than God. Hunter Biden did too, damn it. If you want to put it like that. But Joe Biden is talking about locking people up, right? He said he was joking about it, but he's talking about locking people up. Not just oil. Remember, he was talking about locking up the people in the oil refineries and the oil industry and stuff like that. He's talking about locking up as a political opponents. And Joe Biden is using this presidency as a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? To go after his political opponents. People said Donald Trump was doing it, but I think Joe Biden is doing it a little better.
I understand that argument, but also it's like you're playing Monopoly with somebody who, you know, won't pass go and won't follow any of the rules. And how do you ever make any progress if they're not following the rules?
And then they're going to try and put guys like me in jail. Happens every time.
We've got to send them to jail, you know. There's that little box directly to jail. Go directly to jail.
Senate?
Go directly to jail, right? Now, this dude finna give you game on your money, right? And why the country is going the way it's going, right? Why the government know it's doing what it's doing, right? And why this shit is done purposely. Everything has a purpose to it, right? Everything has a purpose to Joe Biden talking about the Fed, Joe Biden talking about taxes, Joe Biden talking about all of this. Well, I found video, right, where this money expert is going to talk about money, right? And I lined it up with Joe Biden lying about fucking money.
Anyway, is why I don't save money is because in 1971, the dollar became debt and taxes.
And what Joe Biden, $1 in 1971, a dollar became debt and taxes, right? Now remember that debt and taxes, right? It's one of the same. And he will explain it a little bit more on how debt and taxes run hand in hand.
For the last 4 years, they've just extended the debt limit. The reason for the significant debt is because of their debt, their tax limit, their tax cut. And there are going to be a couple of very difficult decisions are going to have to be made to get through the end of the year, and one of them is the debt limit.
You hear that? It's going to be a couple of hard decisions, the debt limit, right? I want you to pay attention about all this money Joe Biden throwing into the economy, the debt limit, the rescue plan, the Build Back Better plan. And if he could explain why Joe Biden is throwing all this money into the economy, and the only way the economy can make any kind of money.
And extending the debt. So I don't have an answer for you, but I hope we can get by it.
This is real financial education, what they don't teach you at school.
This is some real shit that they're not going to teach you at school. So if you worried about your money, you came to the right place. This is the right place if you're worried about your money and where it's going and if it's going to fucking end. This is the right fucking place because money can come to an end.
So there's three kinds of people in the world when it comes to money. There's an investor, a trader, and a speculator.
An investor, a trader, and a speculator. Joe Biden says he's a capitalist, but we all know that is a fucking lie. Joe Biden ain't nowhere near no capitalist, right? So on all this, Joe Biden say, I'm a capitalist, right? A capitalist understands all these three principles. Joe Biden has no idea of near fucking one of these principles.
Big corporations and super wealthy have to start paying their fair share of taxes. It's long overdue. I'm not out to punish anyone. I'm a capitalist.
I am an investor.
He a capitalist. Well, I'd rather listen to an investor. We all know Joe Biden is not a capitalist. We know that. I'd rather listen to an investor who knows about money, who deals with money every day, who actually deal with more money than Joe fucking Biden does. I'd rather deal with him. Joe Biden deal with policies. Investors deal with money. Let's listen to the expert.
I wasn't a trader. A trader is somebody who's going to buy it and sell it. Like in real estate, there's kind of a flipper.
Well, you know who in the real estate, and you know who's a flipper, right? And who's a capitalist?
They buy a house to flip it.
You know who buy a house to flip it? You know who buy houses and property to flip it?
That's what traders do.
You know who a trader, huh? Not a trader as far as fucking around and trading on your country like they say he is with this date shit, right? But you know who's a trader? You know who's a capitalist? A true capitalist?
Trying to scrape up a down payment for a little fixer-upper in your neighborhood? Take a look at my next guest. There's a report around Wall Street that this is what he has in mind. This is Donald Trump, 33 years old. And some people think that he wants to buy the World Trade Center.
And that's what traders do. That's what capitalists do. Capitalize on shit. Joe Biden ain't never been a capitalist. Joe Biden ain't never been a trader. Joe Biden ain't never been an investor. Well, not publicly, at least.
And a speculator is a gambler. And I would say most people who are chasing Dogecoins and all this other stuff and Bitcoin, and they're speculators. They're all kind of gamblers, hoping it'll go up.
Everybody investing in Bitcoin is gamblers, right? You're hoping that your investments in Bitcoin is going to bring you back money. That's why everybody on Facebook, give me some money. I'm going to make your money grow. Give me this. I'm going to make your money grow. It's good for a period of time, right? But pretty soon the government going to do something to regulate that too. And you know it. They got to get their money.
That's not what I do. I am an investor. You see, and the guys who are losing money right now is because you're not a trader, you're a speculator.
You're a speculator. We around this motherfucker speculating, right? Remember, I forgot to put that part in. Remember how many trade deals Donald Trump had in? NAFTA, China, with the farmers, Mexico. He had deals everywhere. Every time Donald Trump came on, he was making a deal with somebody. That's a trader. That's how you build an economy. Like, you run it like a business. The United States is a business. You're supposed to run it like a business. Right? Donald Trump ran it like a fucking business. Every time he came on, it was a trade something. I got money from them. This person need to get money. This. Donald Trump was a capitalist. That's why the country was running so fucking well. Donald Trump understood money. Joe Biden doesn't.
Analysts have been warning of the dollar's impending doom.
Impending doom. The dollar might be doomed, right? The experts are worried about the dollar's impending doom. If you have money, you might want to pay attention to this part because your money could be worthless. Your money don't really mean shit. It's really worthless. We're going to be getting into how worthless money is all this week. But your money could be worthless.
I don't want to be overly dramatic, but I think I will use the word doomed in the long term.
And one is because in 1944, there was a thing called the Bretton Woods Agreement. So in 1944, at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, the U.S. government promised we will back the U.S. dollar with gold.
Right? Remember, the dollar always been strong. The U.S. dollar has been the strongest dollar in the world because it was backed by gold, right? That's why the federal government and a lot of people buying up gold right now because that's money. That's money. That's currency. That's the only thing in the world, and that in silver is recognized as currency, a worldwide currency. It's not the dollar. It's not the yen. It's not a coin. It's currency. It's not the Bitcoin. Right? It's gold. I like gold. Like Goldfinger. I like gold. You got to get some gold in your life.
The US dollar is the most powerful currency that exists today. It's accepted and traded almost everywhere in the world and has shown strong resilience through numerous financial shocks and mounting fiscal debt.
But as you know, the US lies a lot.
Yeah, we're going to back your money, buy some gold, all right. Ha! Yeah. Take that gold and shove it up your ass. We ain't backing the money with shit. We lied to you. We back our money with our so-called promise. We never back money with gold. We lied.
So everybody in the world says, okay, we'll accept the dollar because it's as good as gold.
The US dollar for the last couple of decades has been the preeminent global currency in virtually every dimension you can think of.
The savers are losers. And the school teachers are still telling people to save money.
Savers are losers. They teaching you to save money. Right? When you actually save money, you lose money, right? Because think about this. If you'd have bought something last year, right, that you needed this year, you would have bought it for a whole lot less. But by saving the money, you actually losing because you paying the interest on whatever you bought a year later, right? So you're losing money by saving it. While people who don't save and invest get their profit back and their money work for them. Those who save, those who hold on to the money, those who clutch it, your money is no longer good because if you got $5 in your bank account and you got enough to buy a hamburger special, then if you hold on because you want to buy a hamburger special on a special day, right? When inflation hit and that hamburger special goes up to $7 or $8, right? Instead of you being able to buy that hamburger special, it was able to buy when it was $5 because you saved the money. Now you have to buy the hamburger special for $8 when it was really $5. So you lost money by saving it. Savers are losers.
It allows us to have a great demand for our currency and for our bonds.
Right? United States lie about their money being backed for gold. That's why they have a strong, demand on the money, because people think it's backed by something and it's really not.
So it often allows us to live a bit beyond our means.
That's why United States able to do shit, right, that other countries can't even do, because we lie about what our money is backed with, right? And it became the strongest currency in the world. So we able to do things like borrow, right, and sell bonds to other countries, right, that no other country can do, because our dollars is backed by strong strong economy, right? But we're gonna have, if China buy bonds, let's say they buy bonds for that same $5, right? In 10, 20 years, when it's time to call that bond back, that bond ain't gonna be $5. That bond gonna be $25 fucking dollars. So they buying bonds for $5 and buying them back. I mean, and buying them back for, or selling them for $25. We own that. That's how they get their money, interest. Right? The United States borrow money all the time from China and all kind of countries. Oh, we're gonna do this, but we gotta borrow money from China. How are we gonna borrow money from China? We going to war with these sons of bitches.
Why would you save money? Because after 1971, the Federal Reserve Bank, which is not a bank, it's not federal, there's no money in it, and the U.S. Treasury can print money.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Why would you save money, right, when the U.S. Treasury and the Feds can print money? They can just put money in circulation. So you saving something that's really worthless. Because they can print money and put that shit right in circulation, however much they want to. Right? So this is the Fed and the United States Treasury can print money. And that's all bad.
So we can borrow easily and at low interest rates in the world to finance economic growth.
The Fed.
Because we can print money. That's why we can do that. We're able to print money.
The Fed wants to take this out. The European Central Bank, the ECB, wants to take it out. The Bank of Japan wants to take it out. The Bank of China wants to take it out.
They don't want the U.S. Treasury and the Feds to be able to print money out of nowhere. So other countries want to take that shit out. Man, you need to take that money shit out, because you just able to print money. You and the U.S. Treasury be able to print money out of thin air. Money that don't even fucking exist.
But some experts worry that the dollar's dominance may be under threat.
My plan is to address inflation. It starts with a simple proposition: respect the Fed.
Right? Respect the Fed. The dollar is under attack, right? The dollar is finna be fucked up. Joe Biden, remember all the Joe Biden solutions? We're doing everything we can. I'm using every tool. I'm fighting this with all my heart. I'm using all my passion, right? Well, why is it that everything Joe Biden said he was going to do for inflation, now the Fed's got to do it? It's not my job no more. It's the Fed's job. So why Joe Biden say, it's not my job, the inflation not my job to handle it no more? It's the Fed's job. I have no longer the responsibility over inflation. It's his job to fix it, not mine. What the fuck are you president for?
Respect the Fed's independence, which I have done and will continue to do.
You see, the only way the money can go into the marketplace right now.
Respect the Feds, right? Respect the Feds, like I respect the Feds and stay out of their way, right? So this dude finna tell you how the money goes into the market, right? And this is some true shit. What Joe Biden telling you is lie. This is how money actually get put into the market. And why he talking about these millionaires and billionaires and shit like that, they are the only ones putting money into the economy. And Joe Biden knows it.
Now is the Fed prints money. They give the money to commercial banks like U.S. Bank and Bank of America and Wells Fargo, and they lend the money out.
Huh? The Fed. That's why the Fed's coming. The Fed's got to fix the problem. Remember the Feds came in with all this old stimulus checks and all this old shit, right? The Feds come in and they print money. So that's why Joe Biden is dependent on the Feds. Right? He keeping the Fed's name in his mouth.
My job as president is not to not only nominate highly qualified individuals for that institution, but to give them the space they need to do their job.
Huh? The space they need to do their job. Because Joe Biden ain't doing it. It's the Fed's job. It's the Fed's job to come in and regulate this shit. Okay.
I tend to think that nothing could ever dislodge the dollar from this preeminent status as the world's currency. That view is overblown and ultimately will be challenged.
Cryptocurrencies are still kind of an emerging market that people were trading when they were feeling good, when they were enthusiastic, when they were willing to take on risk.
But cryptocurrency, remember, right? Cryptocurrency was another way for people to have some kind of currency and trade around the world. They've been trying to create new currency for the longest, right? Now, cryptocurrency, I think, was just a test run because guess what? Cryptocurrency now is losing its value at an alarming rate.
But as central banks started to raise interest rates, investors fled risky assets, prompting a crypto collapse.
When markets are volatile, volatility goes both ways.
Amid a backlog of trading orders, the largest crypto exchange, Binance, paused withdrawals briefly. Another, Celsius, froze withdrawals, meaning investors can't take out what's left of their money.
Froze withdrawals and stopped withdrawals. In certain cryptocurrencies, you can't even take out what you got inside of their crypto because they don't have the financial support to back it up. Cryptocurrency was never backed by no so-called gold or no so-called government or something like that. So when it was collapsed, it wasn't backed by nothing. That's what people made the mistake at. What was cryptocurrency backed if it was the collapse? At least they say money is backed by gold. Crypto is backed by nothing. So they can keep your money when they want to and they don't have to release it. Because it's not backed by nothing. If they find out, it's the same thing with a bank. If everybody do their money out the bank can no longer exist. So guess what? They take the money out of the cryptocurrency, right? The cryptocurrency, they only can give out so much money. They have to have a cutoff point. So now we're going to keep the rest of this until something happens, until we're able to bounce back or the market come back to value or invest, whatever it may be. We can't give you this money back. So now if you got crypto, if you own one of these things and you got money up in there, you lost that money. Probably permanently because you can't get it back. And that's the risk you took. Like old boys say, you're a gambler.
According to Radio Canada, late last year, Quebec's pension plan invested $150 million in Celsius. The group says it's monitoring the situation.
But if the Fed coin...
It's monitoring the situation. But do you know about the Fed coin, right? The Feds are trying to come out with a new institution of money. Because remember, the U.S. Treasury can print money now. That wasn't a U.S. Treasury job at first. That was a Fed's job. But the U.S. can print money. So now what the Feds want to do, the Feds want to separate them from us. Okay, you can print money too. Well, we're going to separate us from you because two of us can't print no money. We supposed to own money. You supposed to be in distribution of it. But we control it. We control the taxes. We control the rates. We control all of those shit. Now, if you giving money directly to the people, you cutting the Feds out, and that's a no-go. So we got something for your ass. We gonna come out with a Fed coin.
Coin comes out, they don't need these banks.
Because if the Fed coin come out, we don't need no banks. Think about this. If the federal government, right? If the federal government come out with a Fed coin, the banks are no longer needed because everything gonna be ran on that Fed coin. And watch how they set up this Fed coin. How the Fed coin is set up is going to be crazy because it looked like it's coming into reality with all this money and we need to keep track of this and we want to control your finances and shit like that. It looked like it's coming to it in existence.
Situation.
But if the Fed coin comes out, they don't need these banks. And the only way somebody could get money, they got a credit card, real estate, or a student loan, right?
The only way you can get money. How else you gonna get money? How else you gonna get a loan? How else you gonna get money without having a job, which is a trade, you know what I'm saying, for services? How else you gonna get money? Student loan or credit card. Something that the government has to control if the Fed coin come out. Because guess what? All credit is gone.
Right.
Oh boy, have we had multiple fears and endless FUD in crypto. Terra Luna's collapse was devastating as it opened the door to substantially more regulation, likely delayed ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and ultimately we now have a substantially more uncertain market leading to more fear, which leads to more selling, less purchasing, and more pain for the cryptocurrency market.
Huh? When it's regulated, that's what happens. The government got to get in there. It's not backed by nothing. So the government has to go cripple it by putting regulations on it. When you put regulations on it, guess what? They're getting in Fed territory now. Because guess what? The Fed need to get that. They need to put their hands on all kind of money. That is a federal competition. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is federal competition because they don't have no say-so in that.
I'm not going to interfere with their critically important work.
But Joe Biden is not going to interfere with the feds. He's going to let them do their job. Because it's their job to save the country, not Joe Biden's.
The Fed has dual responsibilities. One, full employment. Two, stable prices.
Full employment and stable prices? Nick, I thought that was your job. You was the one on here bragging about all the job numbers and the lowest unemployment ever and all this whole shit. But now it's up to the feds? The lower the price. You talking about I'm going to do everything I can to get the price lower. But now it's up to the feds? What is your job, Joe Biden? This is something you've been preaching for the last fucking 5 or 6 months. How you going to lower the prices? How you going to do everything you can, right? About the job numbers. Now all of a sudden, it's the feds' responsibility? And not yours? The president of the United States?
Because once they take these two away, then they go to Marxism or communism, UBI is universal basic income. And that's what they're doing, the stimulus checks.
When they take away, right, ways you can get money, they're going to force you to get money how they want to give you money, right? That's what the stimulus checks are about, right? It's about controlling the people. Stimulus checks. Why that one more time, just in case you didn't hear that. One more time for the one time. One more time for the one time. Stimulus checks. They need to give you that.
Because once they take these two away, then they go to Marxism or communism.
Marxism or communism. Marxism or what you think Marxism and communism is? Taking the money from the rich and giving it to the poor. Right? You're going to turn it to Marxism. That's what stimulus checks are. Marxism and communism. I'm going to tax the rich by this many $100 million if you live above your means and all this whole shit, and I'm going to give it to the poor and all this. That's Marxism. Think about this. Most people who got the stimulus money and spent it ain't paying taxes. They're not going to pay that money back. It's the people paying taxes going to pay that money back. Marxism and communism.
UBI is universal basic income. And that's what they're doing, the stimulus checks. They're giving money straight to you. They don't need these guys anymore.
They don't need the banks. They can give money straight to you in a check and you can go spend it. Right? Because most people know when you give certain people money, they're not going to hold on to it anyway. They're not going to go and open up a bank account. You give a person a stimulus check, that's to spend money, not save money. Right? So you give money directly to the people. Guess what? You don't need these institutions no more. The banks is no longer, right, needed. right? But the only reason why the bank is in existence is a scam to get your money and to hold your money. Because think about this. If you make $100, say you make $100 a month, right? You probably only gonna spend about 20 of that dollars, right? Probably $5 on rent, $3 on food, $2 on gas, you know what I'm saying? Such. But the $80 you gonna put in the bank and you ain't gonna never touch. You don't need the whole 100 at one time, right? You only need $20 a month out of that whole 100. So you gonna put the other 80 in the bank. And what that bank do? That bank takes your $80 and loan it to somebody else, right? And get the money back and interest back and residual back and all that. Or they take your money and buy property. Or they take your money and invest it. While your money is sitting up there and you spending the $20 a month of your money, they spending the rest of your money. They making a profit off the rest of your money. While you just sitting up there and letting it set. You don't do nothing with your money. You take your $20 out a month and you good. That pays for everything. Car note and everything. Phone bills, everything. While they take 80% of your money or probably 90% of your money and do what the fuck they want to do with it. While you go up in there and take 10%, 1% of your money, 2% of your money. I'm going to take $100. I'm going here. You taking $100 at a time, 1% of your money, right? When they using 90% of your money. That's how they exist. So with the government saying we really don't need y'all because we can get the money straight to the people. We proved that through that stimulus check. So y'all better kiss our motherfucking ass because we will shut this motherfucker down. And the only reason why the banks exist is because the feds exist, right? The feds back the bank because the bank needs your money. I mean, the feds need your money and they get it through the bank. If it was no banks, there'd be no feds.
A new CNBC survey showing that market participants expecting trillions more in stimulus from both the central bank and Congress.
We need to do
the central bank and Congress. You hear that? Not the feds. Not the feds, the central bank. If that's owned by the feds, they send you money straight to you, huh? We don't need the banks no more. Or we send the money to the banks as a middleman and the banks get the money to you. We really don't need them.
Do more. This is not about freedom or personal choice.
They control your thoughts. They control your breathing. They control your injections. They control your money. They control how you get your money, how much you make, where you're spending it, where can you travel. They'll know everything about you.
They will know everything about you by controlling your money. Huh? That's why they want the feds, remember, PayPal, they want the feds to know about that. If you're making over $500, they want the feds to know about that. They want the feds to be in every part of your financial business there is. They want to know how much you travel, how much gas you use. You know what I'm saying? They want to know every fucking thing about you. Look how far this world has come. And he ain't lying. They can tell you all of that. They tell you where to travel, how to travel, who you can hang with, how many feet you can stay away from, what to put in your body.
They can.
Huh? They tell you all of that.
Control your thoughts. They control your breathing. They control your injections. They control your money. They control how you get your money, how much you make, where you're spending it, where can you travel. They'll know everything about you.
Right? And how they know everything about you? Will Americans, citizens, be monitored? They say hell no, but we know better than that. Way from Snowden.
And citizens be monitored?
No.
Guarantee that.
Well, so what we do, we in the Department of Homeland Security don't monitor American citizens.
You don't, but will this board change that?
But will this board change that? We don't monitor American citizens, right? Well, why not the Republicans? I'm not talking about the Republicans. Why the Democrats had an investigation and said you did, right? Mayorkas said we don't spy on American citizens, right? He lying to you in your face because the Democrats say they is.
Secret CIA surveillance program, and it's allegedly been collecting data in bulk, including information about lots of Americans. That's the accusation from 2 Democrats on the Senate Intelligence Committee. Senators Ron Wyden and Martin Heinrich say the program has been operating without any oversight, and they're now accusing the CIA of hiding the details about it from the public and from the Congress.
Right? So Mayorkas get on there and say we're not spying on the government, and we all know that's a fucking lie. Right? And they didn't just start doing this. They didn't just start spying on the government to know about all y'all finances and shit like that. They've been doing it.
But I think it's important to recognize that you can't have 100% security and also then have 100% privacy and zero inconvenience.
100% privacy, right? With no inconvenience. You can't have all that, right? We need somebody to fuck with you. You can't have it both ways. Right? So what's that called? When we need to spy on you and everything, totalitarianism. That word right there, right? Because we run this, the way they run this country is not a democratic country. They running it with a one-party rule, or trying to run it with a one-party rule. That's why they're able to spy on you. Where they do that at? China.
It's called totalitarianism.
And people have really gotten comfortable not only sharing more information and different kinds, but more openly and with more people. And that social norm is just something that's evolved over time.
I know you have some anxiety about the state of politics in the United States.
Right? It's something that evolved over time. But what happened to, but you have these actors like Robert De Niro still on TV lying about how good the country is being ran. And what I don't understand is, right, I watched Bill Maher. Bill Maher say some perfect ass points about Democrats. And the crowd is applauding and laughing and all that shit. I'm like, wait a minute, ain't this a liberal ass crowd? He's talking about liberal. Where are you liberals at when it's time to make a vote or it's time to stand up? Bill Maher was just talking about Judge Kavanaugh attempted assassination, right? And how the liberals ignored it and covered it up. You heard liberals in the crowd clapping and giving up, but them the same liberals that go out and protest like a motherfucker. But then his audience clapping it up, right? They was talking about the liberals. So now, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this crowd, right? But he asked Robert De Niro, has Joe Biden done a good job? And he said, yeah, and the crowd applaud. Like, for real? Who in the fuck is in this crowd?
Having a new guy at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, have you sleep any better at night?
Yes. He's, he got us into calm waters. That was always the idea.
He got us into calm waters. We in calm water with Afghanistan, gas, food, war. We in calm waters right now. Listen to Robert De Niro. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
He's doing a very good job.
He's doing a very good job. That's why his poll numbers are going down.
Between 1960 and 1980, my generation, the boomers, didn't like stocks because at my time of when I was a kid, everybody said anybody invests in the stock market is a gambler.
Well, I think when inflation is as high as it is right now and unemployment is as low as it is right now, it's almost always been followed within 2 years by inflation, by recession. I look at what's happening in the stock and bond markets.
President Biden once bragged about the stock market hitting record after record after record on my watch. How about now?
He said the stock market will boom
if
I'm elected. If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay.
And what happened? The stock market has crashed. Another thing Donald Trump was right about. The stock market is crashing. Everything Joe Biden gained under his administration has now gone. Has now left the building. Everything he said he so-called accomplished has left the building. But Joe Biden said everything is good.
The stock market.
All the gains from President Biden's time in office have been wiped out.
Look, The idea that the stock market is booming is his only measure of what's happening.
Now, everybody's in the stock market. So how did that happen?
Okay, so as you say that Americans are well positioned to weather this stock market decline, what is the president's message to somebody who might want to retire, but their 401k is getting wiped out?
Huh? You might want to retire. Under Donald Trump, your 401k was good. It was in perfect condition, right? If you wanted to retire and take your money out and all that shit, you could. Under Joe Biden, your 401k is gone. That's why rich people with money, will never have a fucking 401k, right? So if you got a 401k, evidently your ass ain't rich. Everybody on here got a 401k because we ain't rich. But it's our fault we got a 401k. Right? The rich don't have no 401k. Now, this is where we separate the rich from the wealthy, or the rich from the people who got money, or the rich from the broke, is by decision making. No one forces you to pay federal taxes. You don't have to pay them if you don't fucking want to. You choose to. The rich would never go to jail, would never get taxed for federal taxes. Never. They can't get taxed for it. So when Joe Biden get up here talking about, well, you need to pay your fair share, he wants the billionaires to give him money, right? To give just give it to him, that they don't fucking have to, right? And I'm finna explain to you why they don't have to and why Joe Biden know they don't have to, right? But you see right now, right? He say, well, when you talking about stocks, what happened to all the good things and all the things you was bragging about in the stock market? Why everything is gone now? Wiped out. Everyone 401k is gone.
Well, in 1974, they brought this thing called a 401k out. I won't touch that thing. I would not touch a 401k or an IRA. I refuse to do that.
You know why he refused to touch a 401k? Because they take your money. And you can lose your 401k. Like I say, if you save money, you can lose money. You can lose money in your 401k. It doesn't work for you. Because it's less valuable as time goes. Your money becomes less valuable. The dollar becomes less valuable. Because the dollar right now could have bought me something at the 99 cents though. 90 to $1.25. By saving my money, it costs me more.
I don't have to do that.
You know why he don't have to invest in no 401k? You know why he don't have to invest in no IRA? You know why he don't have to invest in none of that shit? And why Joe Biden don't tell you?
Because as an entrepreneur, I create my own assets.
Assets. You know why the wealthy don't pay taxes? Assets. Huh? You can't tax assets. I don't have to pay no taxes on assets. Right? The wealthy keep assets. You don't have assets. They can get assets. And it's crazy how they get them. The government give them assets. They don't even earn them, right? It's certain individuals can get these assets. We're not able to get them because our decision making from the past, or the debt that we're in, right? And the bills that we are paying. We're not able to get these opportunities like he got, right? Because he's finna tell you how debt makes millionaires. But we don't use our debt right because we study owing and paying and this, right? But debt creates millionaires. How people make millions is by debt. We don't understand that. They do.
So we know that high prices are having a real effect on people's lives. We get that.
I look at where consumer sentiment is. I think there's certainly a risk of recession in the next year. And I think given where we've gotten to, it's more likely than not that we'll have a recession within the next 2 years.
A recession within the next 2 years, right? Entrepreneurs create their own money. They have assets. We're going to go into recession in 2 years. But listen to the experts.
More than that is what you have to invest in. They had to do it because my generation wasn't investing in it.
Right? So we're not our generation is not investing in our kids' generation, right? And the generation before us didn't invest in our generation. I'm doing a video tomorrow. I forgot what country it is. It's a certain country, right, that they invest a certain percentage of their total GDP, right? They invest it into their future, right? So 20% annually goes into the next generation future. So future, right? So instead of taking away from the future and making them pay more, they're adding to the future and making them pay less, which adds to better education, right? Better jobs, better quality of living, because you're not worried about debt and no damn debt ceiling and no damn financial debt. Yo, the next generation already passed you generational wealth. You can't do that in the United States. Because you everybody the next generation don't do shit for the next generation, right? We don't pass it down. Family members pass it down, but I'm talking about the generation as a whole. We don't do that. But other countries do.
So that's why between 1960 and 1980, they didn't like stocks. So the 401k came out. Then what happened is in 1987, the stock market crashed.
Central banks around the world have injected money into the economy at a record pace.
At a record pace. The stock market crashed. And when the stock market crashed, what you do? You inject money. So what the Fed's going to do, what they've been doing, is they coming to inject money. That's just what Joe Biden wants.
To try to fight a global recession triggered by the...
Chair Powell and other leaders of the Fed have noted at this moment,
I didn't want to... You know, I didn't want to say what it was triggered by. I cut that part out because, you know, if YouTube hear that, they be like, oh, what did he just say? Right? It was triggered by the so-called, whatever you want to call it, the Wuhan. It was triggered by the Wuhan. Right?
Central banks around the world have injected money into the economy at a record pace to try to fight a global recession triggered by the...
Chair Powell and other leaders of the Fed have noted at this moment they have a laser focus on addressing inflation, just like...
They have a laser focus on addressing inflation. Nigga, I thought that was your job.
I am.
So Greenspan comes out. He's a Federal Reserve guy. Remember, the Federal Reserve is not America. It's not a government agency.
And with a larger complement of board members now confirmed, I know we'll use those tools in monetary policy to address the rising prices for the American people.
So Joe Biden hired an organization, which is the Feds, that don't even work for America to fix the inflation problem. What? I'm going to stay out of their way and let them do their job. The Feds, like the Feds have always came in a time of recession, because remember, Greenspan came in during the Obama administration. Now you have another Fed coming in. What did the Feds do back then? They backed up with federal. They put federal money behind all these institutions that keep them alive. Right? What do you think the Fed gonna do now? Remember, Joe Biden already been through this hiring the Fed shit to solve the problem. Under the Biden administration, they done it with Greenspan. Now they doing it again? Why you always got to run to the Feds?
Just getting word from the Federal Reserve.
Bombshell announcement from the Federal Reserve. It is an absolutely historic week, both in terms of the speed of Fed purchases and, of course, the magnitude.
The speed and the magnitude of Fed's purchases, right? The federal government coming in buying all kind of businesses that was going in decline, that was going into a recession or going into closure or whatever. The Feds came back, gave them money, bought the business up, gave them federal grants, gave them funding bonds, all this shit, and guess what? Saved the businesses. But guess what? They're federal regulated now.
Came out, and what Greenspan put was what I call a PPT. It's the Plunge Protection Team, or also called the Greenspan put, or also what people say, don't fight the Fed.
Since mid-March, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet has ballooned from $4 trillion to around $7 trillion.
$4 trillion to $7 trillion. Think about that. It ballooned from $4 trillion to $7 trillion. What have we spent $3 extra trillion on? What in your life that you saw, that you built, or you paid for, right? Are you seeing that cost the economy $3 extra trillion fucking dollars? It's all a game. And this dude, whoever the fuck he is, for explain what kind of game it is in a minute.
Equal to about 1/3 of the value of the entire American economy.
Right? 1/3.
Believe that the market problems started at the top U.S. bank, the Federal Reserve. The Fed controls all of the money in circulation. That includes all of the money in your wallet and the coffers at banks. They can print more during financial emergencies.
Once the Fed came in, people now expect the Fed's going to come in again.
Huh? The Fed's going to come in and save you. The Feds come in and save the world, save the country. Joe, the Feds didn't have to come in under Donald Trump. They didn't have to come in under Donald Trump. The Feds didn't have to fuck with Donald Trump, rearrange money and shit like that. They didn't have to do none of that. Right? They could have. Donald Trump like, man, you ought to cut my shit, Lord. The country is going so good. Cut my shit, Lord, and we can make some more money. Donald Trump understood that. The only thing he was asking Feds was not for help, shit, to make the country run a little bit better. And they didn't want to give Donald Trump that. Remember, Donald Trump kept on asking the Feds to Lord it again. I can make this motherfucker even crack more. Feds like, hell no. It's already cracking too much. We don't need to crack anymore. Right? That's what happens.
Basically, what Greenspan did is every time the stocks crashed, the plunge protection team would protect you.
It protects you. A plunge protection team is protecting the banks, protecting institutions, right? They putting money behind these businesses that keep them afloat because they know they finna fuck up and go into decline. So they gotta back up Walmart and all these motherfucker companies that's losing money, Apples and certain airlines and shit like that. Remember, they had to back up the airlines to put money behind that, and they gotta do all of that. Right? The Fed gotta come and fix all of that. Because Joe Biden say that's their job and no longer mine.
The balance of the Fed's bond portfolio has crescendoed to nearly $9 trillion, an all-time high.
What's happened is the balance sheet has become more of a tool of policy. The Federal Reserve is using its balance sheet to drive better outcome.
Did you hear that? It's using its balance sheet to guarantee better outcomes. So Joe Biden only used the Fed to have a better outcome, right? You can say the job, you can give people money, you can do all that, but you can use the Fed to predict or produce a better outcome. Because all the Fed gonna do is give you the money. They want to give you the money. They need to give you the money. It's an independent institute that works independently, and their job is to make money. What? And our job is to give them money, evidently. That's why Joe Biden's so concerned about paying the national debt, because it gives the Feds money.
So my generation, the boomers, are going, well, I don't have to worry because every time the market crashes, the Federal Reserve Bank and the Treasury will bail me out.
For the last 2 decades, the U.S. Central Bank has kept interest rates on loans as cheap as possible. They also bought bonds, flooding the market with emergency cash.
Buying bonds and flooding the country with emergency cash. Cash we didn't even fucking need. But that all goes into the plan. We didn't need that cash. It all goes into the federal plan, though.
That's today we have our U.S. corporations are zombie. 20% of U.S. corporations are zombie corporations. It means they're broke.
20% of the corporations in America are broke. Are you listening to the money expert? Are you listening to him? 20% of the businesses in America are broke. The only reason why they still afloat is federal funding.
But they're being propped up by the Federal Reserve Bank and the government. That's communism.
The Fed's actions led them.
That's communism. Because who control that now? If the Federal Reserve and the government is backing up your institution, who controls that institution now? They got stocks and bonds and all that shit in your institution because they the reason why your business is still in float. They the reason why your bank is still open. They the reason why your planes are still flying. right? Because the feds and the government got into it and propped up your zombie dead ass business. Now the feds on it. Now the government on it. Communism.
Market to historic highs, but some within the central bank believe that this bond buying program needs to end. The sooner the better.
So anyway, stocks get protected. Gold is a good investment because the Fed, all the central banks in the world now own gold.
All the central banks, remember I told you, the only thing recognized as currency is gold. It's not paper. It's not money. It's not crypto. It's not Bitcoin. It's gold. You got to like gold. So go out and get you some gold. Like Goldfinger. If you want to protect your money, put that shit up, put that shit safe. The value of gold gonna go up, right? If you buy gold, right, and the value right now is $10, right? Unlike money, the value in 10 years ain't gonna go down to 50 cents. It's gonna double. So why have your money sitting in the bank doing nothing, right? When you can be buying gold and putting it up and letting it stay there and gain interest. It's going to gain interest regardless. It has no other choice. And every fucking country, every government in the world has it. You can take gold anywhere and sell it. You can't take $1 anywhere and spend it. Huh? This dude is giving you game. You better go out and get you some gold before it's too late.
So they're not going to let gold crash.
Analysts project a $2 to $3 trillion wind down in the Fed's bond portfolio over coming years. Doing so would stabilize markets. But there's a risk. If the Fed drops its emergency stimulus too quickly, it could spark a recession.
Right? Because we put so much money into the economy. If we were to stop the money right now, it would stop business. It would stop buying power. It would stop this so-called economy on fire. Take them stimuluses away. Take that free money away. You know what I'm saying? Take all these programs away that you put in for people to save money and be able to spend this money like crazy. The only reason why Joe Biden put this program in is all this whole shit so people can spend money, because this is the result he wanted. This is the exact result he wanted. He needed people to spend the money. He needed a red hot economy for all this shit to happen, for the feds to come up, take over. Because what happens when a red hot economy, when people making money and it's inflation and all this taxes and debts and shit like that, who you bring in? The feds. Joe Biden was trying to bring in the feds the whole motherfucking time. That was his whole fucking goal. The feds. To regulate money. Who owns money? The feds. Who regulates money? The feds.
They'll do something to make sure the price of gold stays up.
That's why they're trying to put stipulations and regulations on gold too. You better go out and get you some gold, because they can try to put any stipulation they want to on gold. It's not going to happen. They can put it on Bitcoin. They can put it on the dollar. They can put it on your bank account. They can put it on PayPal. They can put it on Cash App. They can put it on Zelle. But they can't put it on gold. They can't do it. You better get you some. I don't give a fuck how much it costs. It's better you getting you some gold and having your money, right? Having your money be worth something in the future than leaving your money in the bank and possible the bank fucking collapse and you have nothing. Because think about it. If the bank don't have to give you your money back. If the bank was to close or go bankrupt or something was to happen, you're not getting your fucking money back. You're not. That's their money. You got. You hoping the bank don't collapse.
So I don't like stocks, but I like gold. Silver is getting more valuable because all the gold never disappears. It just keeps piling up. So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash.
And we are not in a recession yet. It may feel like we're in a recession, right? But we're not in a recession yet. right? Recession has to do with numbers, right? And what we is in right now is an inflation period, right? That will lead to a recession. Recession has numbers that, you know what I'm saying, that people go by. We may feel like we're in a recession and our money is leaving like we're in a recession, but believe us, we're not in a recession right now. We will soon be in one because they say it's no outcome that's in the near future. Nothing looks too bright, right? So it's going to come eventually, but it's not right now, right? Because the middle class, right? It hasn't been, when a recession hits, it's going to be some people that's in the middle class that are no longer middle class. And it's not going to be a couple, it's going to be by the millions, right? Because the middle class ain't going to be able to have businesses. They ain't going to be able to have their money regulated. And wait, let me get into a little bit more of this video and tell you why some of the rich are going to be able, so why some of the wealthy are not going to be middle class no more, because they're trying to eliminate the middle class. We're not in a recession yet, but when the middle class get hit, we're going to start being in one.
But crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want it.
The big challenge is...
You hear that? My bad. Rewind that. The Feds don't want Bitcoin. The Feds don't want another financial institution because it fucks off the church's money.
Never disappears. It just keeps piling up. So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash, but crypto could.
Crypto could crash. You know why crypto could crash? Because the Feds don't want crypto.
You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want it.
The big challenge is raising interest rates enough, tightening policy enough to corral inflation without tipping the economy into a recession. Easier said than done.
Stock market observers are sounding an alarm.
I personally think we are right in maybe the biggest bubble of my career.
Investors have loaded up on risky assets like housing, tech stocks, and even cryptocurrency.
So guys, you got to be smarter, because what possibly, it hasn't happened yet, is a Fed coin.
Right? Instead of the Bitcoin, right? The Fed coin. They're thinking about coming out with a Fed coin. And that's when people are going to start losing their fucking money. Right? Because the Fed coin is going to be different from the US dollar. The Fed coin is going to be different from a credit card. Right? The Fed coin is going to be different from a bank account, or ATM machine. It's going to be different from all of that. They're thinking about coming out with a Fed coin. If they come out with a Fed coin, we're fucked.
Or a yuan coin, a Chinese coin, and that'll destroy the Bitcoin.
What should happen? This isn't a report that merely outlines the pros and cons.
Right? Of a Fed coin. The pros and cons of a Fed coin. If they was to come out with one. They're thinking about coming out with one. And here's the pros and the cons. The pros is...
The Fed on the digital dollar looks at the benefits and risks, but takes no position on whether a central bank digital currency, CBDC, should be issued. They are requesting public comment for the next 120 days, and they offer 20 different questions in the report that they would like people to comment on.
Right? About if you want a Fed coin, how should we implement this Fed coin? We asking the public for information, right? And we're going to leave up. We're going to take your information into consideration. But we probably still come out with this Fed coin. Come out with a Fed coin, we fucked.
The quote of the report, the meat of it, is that the Federal Reserve's initial analysis suggests a potential U.S. CBDC, if one were created, would best serve the needs of the United States by being privacy protected, intermediated, widely transferable, and identity verified.
What? The Federal Reserve initial analysis suggests that a potential U.S., that's the Fed coin, if one were created, would best serve the needs of the United States by being privacy protected. The Fed coin will be privacy protected, widely intermediated, right? Widely transferable, and identity verified. Right? This all the things gonna come with a Fed coin. There's no more hacking. There's no more black market. There's no more dollar bills. There's no more banks. There's no more ATM machines. There's no more none of that. It's the Fed coin. It eliminates all of that.
Now, what does that mean?
Asset valuations are somewhat elevated. The cryptocurrencies that are really speculative assets, I do think they are risky. They're not backed by anything.
Well, that goes into the pros and cons list. On the pros side, for a digital dollar, there would be a currency people could use that would be free from credit and liquidity risk.
Free from credit and liquidity risk, right? Free from credit. You don't need no credit to get these Fed coins. The Fed gonna give it to you. They want to give you the money. That's how we regulate the money. Because if we give it to you, we control it. We control how much you spend, where you spend it on, and everything. It's the Fed coin. We do what the fuck we want to. It's the digital coin. I mean, they got digital, all kind of shit to it. They know where the fuck their money at.
It would be streamlined, and it would also make cross-border payments cheaper. It would preserve, they say, the U.S. dollar dominance, its role as the reserve currency, and promote financial inclusion, because there are still a lot of people who don't have bank accounts.
Huh? Do you hear that? Free from credit and liquidity risk, streamlined and cheaper cross-border payments, right? Preserve the U.S. dollar dominance, right? And promote financial inclusion. You know what that means? Everybody included. Financial include. Everybody get the money. That's free money. Promote financial inclusion. Giving everybody money. Free fucking money. That's what the Fed's gonna do. A federal Fed coin, federal system, digital. That's exactly what the fuck it's gonna do.
Could be included in the digital dollar.
So what I'm saying is it's all manipulated. You know, it's 100% manipulated. What happened in 1980 was the Hunt brothers from Texas tried to corner the gold market by manipulating silver. So silver hit $50 an ounce in 1980.
Right, by manipulation. You can manipulate this market.
It's interesting what's going on. So just as you guys know, in the big picture, it's all manipulated, which is why you've got to be smarter. So if there's a Fed coin, Wells Fargo is gone.
Huh? If there's a Fed coin, there's no need for Wells Fargo. Because all Wells Fargo do is hold the money. The government gives Wells Fargo the money, give it to them, huh? Take these millions. And what Wells Fargo job is do? Get the money out. You go to get a loan. People go up in there. I need a loan for that. I need a loan for that. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all they do is give the money out. You go and put the money in. They give the money out. You go, the government give them money. They give the money out. Loans and all this old shit. Right? So if the Fed coin comes out, guess what? Bye-bye, Wells Fargo. Bye-bye, Bank of America. We don't need you no more. Because guess what? We printing our own damn money now.
On the risk side, it would fundamentally change the U.S. financial system, and this is the big one. It gets to the intermediation. If banks aren't taking in deposits, who's going to make loans?
Huh? Who's going to make loans? If the bank is not getting any deposits with people putting money in, who's going to get loans? Why do you think people buying up all this property and all these houses now? Because when money stop and the Fed coin come and stuff like that, and you only can pay a certain amount through legally shit, they got all the properties, all the money goes to them. It ain't no business. Everything is being ran by robots. Right? That's why you're going to need a digital currency. Right? We need to keep up with the fucking money. You think somebody going to get robbed if they got digital currency? Who the fuck gonna rob somebody with some digital currency? You can't spend it. They can cut it off. They can track it down. It's digital. It's from the feds. They know what the fuck you buying. You ain't gonna buy no drugs with this money because it's a federal coin. You can't get a federal coin to your drug dealer and he gonna spend it on something. He got a gang of federal coins in his pocket. No. Can't happen. Niggas ain't finna go, give me every Fed coin. Give me every Fed coin in your pocket. No. It's not going to work. The government is trying to cut out money.
That's a real question. And it also means that the Federal Reserve would be in charge of your banking accounts, even if they are intermediated, if a bank is between you and the Fed. And
the feds will be owning your bank account. Not the banks, not you, the feds. Cut it off when they want to, cut it on when they want to, take money out when they want to, do anything they fucking want to, because the feds will now own the money.
That would have to be redesigning the financial system.
Yeah.
It could reduce credit availability, raise costs. It could make bank runs more likely, would change the management of monetary policy. They'd say they'd have to have a much bigger balance sheet. They'd raise significant privacy issues. You could have to design it so that you don't have financial crimes like money laundering, and then cyber and disaster threats.
Huh? All that with FedCoin, but they don't give a fuck. They say it's worth the risk because it's better than money.
I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is my prediction of what might happen. Don't say I'm saying it's going to go out and all this stuff. At the same time, if a Fed coin comes in, it wipes me out.
Because you can't get a loan. Remember, the rich live on loans. They don't live on, if I want to buy, like, say Elon Musk, right? He's worth billions of dollars. Billions. But what did Elon Musk have to do? Elon Musk had to get a loan to buy Twitter. But he worth billions. Why the fuck Elon Musk got to get a loan to buy Twitter if he owned billions? Because Elon Musk don't have money. He have assets. The rich have assets. He don't have no 401k. He have assets. That's why he has to borrow the money, because people know he's good for it because he has assets. If you don't have no assets, you ain't worth no money. Assets are money, not money. Right? So the reason why the FedCoin will wipe him out because he can't go and borrow no money from the feds no more. Because his assets won't be worth nothing. And he could explain it too right now.
Because the way I get my money is I have great credit. And like I said, just last week, Ken McElroy and I borrowed $160 million.
I have great credit. The reason how he make his money, he have great credit. A millionaire, I just went and borrowed $160 million. I don't use my money. I use the government money. I use the bank money to make millions. That's what they don't tell you where the loophole at. That all these millionaires, I need to pay their fair tax. Well, why the fuck you give them money? And why the fuck you loan them money so they can go buy shit and never have to spend their own money? They borrow money, go in debt, buy something, and go get profit. Turning debt into assets. That's how the rich get rich. You can't tax that. They getting the money, they borrow money. You can't pay taxes on borrowed money. He just said, I can't borrow $5 or $10 from a bank. Right? Because my credit ain't good like that. But with perfect credit, he can go in. It depends on your credit line and how much you worth and how much assets you got. But everything, he got enough assets where his assets can cover $160 million. Him and Ken McElroy. So they go into a business and say, I need $160 million. For what? I want to buy Twitter. I want to buy Facebook. I want to buy this. So I need this money. And he's going to get it. That's how the rich stay rich.
That's the only way money gets into the system is guys like us, capitalists, have to borrow money.
Do you hear that? The only way money gets into the system is the capitalists got to borrow money from the banks and put it into the system. If that comes from building businesses, if that comes from real estate, if that comes from wherever the case may be, the government gives them the money so they can go out and put it in the economy. Now, he got $160 million. He finna put it into the economy. Some other billionaire got $160 million. He finna put it into the economy. So all these people getting all this money is for to put it in the economy because they already have a plan on how to make the money back and give the bank back their money. All right? And the bank is not worried because the bank is backed by money. So they okay, and they don't have to give you $160 million. They don't have to do that. They don't have, the bank don't have $160 million. They didn't got shit. What they do is they give them your money. So when these rich people go up and buy these $160 worth or $160 million worth of whatever they got, it's your money that they giving them, the bank giving them. Not their money, your money. So in actuality, the rich is spending your money because the bank and the government allows them to.
The heart of American capitalism is a simple idea: open and fair competition.
School teachers can't even get a credit card while they get a student loan. What a ripoff that is.
Right? A teacher, somebody can't get a credit card, but they can get a student loan. Right? We're not gonna give you something that we can give you credit for. Right? We're gonna give you a loan. Right? So credit is something you ask for. They basically, we're going to give you what we want to give you, and this is what you got to live off of. If we want to say $50,000, this school cost $50,000, guess what? We're going to have to loan you $50,000. We got to loan you another $100,000 for books and this and that, right? So we loaning this to you. It's not no credit card where you can say, I don't need all of that. I just need this where I can be able to pay it back. It's a ripoff because you can't build your credit, but you already put in a debt with a loan. Think about it. And that's part of the design.
We have almost 1,785,000, don't hold me the exact number, I'll get the number, 700 and some thousand have had debt forgiven, their whole debt forgiven because of their working in either as teachers or other means by which they qualify.
By other means of which they qualify, teachers, right? Some people have got their whole debt erased. He didn't get no specific qualifications, but I bet you it's some senators, it's some doctors, some lawyers. I bet you it's some people up there that make lots of money, just not teachers, who got their debt erased that somehow qualify for this program, right? They run up the debt to keep you in the hole because that's how they make their money.
But a guy like me will go out there and use debt. I use debt to acquire assets, and I pay no taxes.
Huh? I acquire debt to accumulate assets, and I pay no taxes. Think about it. This is how the rich pay no taxes. So Joe Biden talk about how the rich got to pay their fair share and shit like that. They don't have to. They don't pay taxes. They pay state taxes, and that based on what they think they're gonna get or some shit like that. But they don't have to pay federal taxes. Huh? They don't pay taxes on assets. And that's what Joe Biden and the rest of them want them to do. Look, if I'm a boxer, I don't have no fucking job. I don't have no job. I box, I accumulate shit, you know what I'm saying? I put my money in the bank, I buy assets, I buy boats and yachts and cars and all. I spend my money, right? Because all these things have value and I can trade these things if I wanted to and sell them. I buy assets. I got 15,000 cars because all these cars are assets. Let me go broke. I can get rid of all these cars. It's an asset. Right? That you don't. So these people are making money. Think about this. They go in debt to make money and never pay taxes. Think about it. We never understood the power of debt. We never understood that. But debt is actually what makes people millionaire because you don't spend your own money. You spend their money. You borrow. Like you said, I had to borrow. Even though I'm worth $1 billion, $2 billion, I'd have to borrow $160 million. I had to go in debt. But I spent that $160 million. Now I got $300. and I turn it to assets. And guess what? When I go do my next project or next financial thing, I'm going to do it the same way. I'm not spending $1 of my money. I'm going to go in debt by borrowing money, and I'm going to turn it into assets and pay no taxes, not a dime.
But they'll never teach you that in school.
Everybody in here, raise your hand if you think the existing tax structure is remotely fair. I'm not being serious. I could do this at a Republican meeting privately, and they'd say that no one raised their hand.
That's why there's no financial education. That's why my poor dad was a Marxist, and he taught people that capitalists are crooks. And now there's crooks everywhere. There's even crooked ministers. Obama likes those guys. So it's not the money, it's the person.
It's not the money, it's the person. It's not up to you. It's not up to the money, it's up to you. It's not to the economy, it's up to you. It's not the money, it's the person. Because if your ass can get a loan and go in debt and get $160 million, right, and you're going to spend it on something that you know you're going to make money on, right, like property, right, or real estate, right, you don't have no job. You have assets. You don't pay. Tell me this, right? What taxes am I supposed to pay if I own 15 damn houses? I don't have no job. I have assets and people pay me for my assets. I don't have no 9 to 5. I don't have no clock in and clock this, and I don't have that. I don't have no boss. I have assets. I don't need no 401k. I don't need no health plan. I have assets.
And our school system's intentionally designed not to teach you about money.
An asset is a noun, like a house. Cash flow is a verb. So to understand if it's an asset or liability, it takes a noun plus verb.
A noun plus verb. An action plus a description of something plus the action of something, right? The house plus the cash flow, right? So the flow is your flow going in or your flow is going out? You have a car, you have a noun, right? You have a car, a house, a business, anything, right? This noun could be. It could be a woman. Is money flowing into the business, house, woman, car, whatever, or is money flowing out of it, right? Flowing out of it, your car breaking down, you got engine problems, you know what I'm saying? You're paying rent, you're fixing it up, that's money flowing out. Money flowing in, using your car for deliveries or racing or whatever the fuck it may be, you know what I'm saying? Using your car as a business, that's money flowing in, right? Money flowing out the house, you own the house, but you paying on different shit on the house. That's money flowing out. You own the house, but you put people in the house that pay you. That's money flowing in. So you got to understand the difference between money flowing in and money flowing out.
So if the cash is flowing out of your pocket, it's a liability. If the cash is flowing into your pocket, it's an asset. So I own 7,000 rental properties. Those are assets. Every month, the cash flows in. Whereas many people have the big house on the hill and the cash is flowing out.
You hear that? You may have the big ass house, but your cash is flowing out to the person who actually own that property. His cash is flowing in. Right? All them properties he own, them are assets. He's not working. He don't have to put a 9 to 5. Here's every month out of them 17,000 properties, he's going to get money out of them 17,000 properties each and every fucking month. Like if you had a hamburger stand, right, or a McDonald's, you guaranteed to sell a fucking hamburger every fucking minute. Every minute of the day. You ain't got to do no commercial. You ain't got to do no advertising. You set up a McDonald's and you're going to sell fucking burgers. That burger is your assets. People are going to come and get it no matter what. Them fries are your assets. Money flowing in, not money flowing out.
And they're going broke.
The other thing the poor don't understand is the number one expense for most people is taxes.
The other thing the poor don't understand is your number one expense is taxes. And if the rich don't pay taxes, they don't have that expense. Huh? They don't have the expense. You don't have to necessarily be rich to not pay taxes. You just gotta have assets. Right? You can have t-shirts could be an asset. You can have hats could be an asset. Whatever. If you make enough money off of it, you don't need to pay no 401k. You don't need to pay taxes. You need to do none of that. You're supposed to pay the state taxes and all that old shit for your local police and all that old shit. But federal tax, you don't have to pay that shit because you got assets. You don't have no job. So you're not looking for any federal, whatever the fuck they're trying to give you, where you got to pay it back. No. I can pay if I choose it, right? But the rich don't pay taxes because they have assets. That's not a job. Joe Biden getting on here talking about rich people like they got a job. Like they got a job like a 9 to 5 or some shit like that. When you work for a 9 to 5, they can tell you exactly how much money they're going to take out, the exact percentage, the exact how much you're going to make because they know everything. If you're an entrepreneur, and you got assets, the government can't predict how much you're going to make, how much you're going to lose. You can't even predict that. Right? And it's an asset. It's not something that's taxable. It doesn't work hours. It doesn't, none of that. Right? You have an asset, it'll sit there for a year sometimes, right? Not gaining no money, not gaining no profit, and a year, boom, it's sold. That's an asset. You get that money, and most people who, when they get that money, they move on to the next project and buy some more assets or another house. That's how you fix this shit up. You gotta have assets. The broke people don't know. Most of your money is going towards taxes. Gas tax, food tax, all this shit. Broke people don't know. The rich people ain't paying these taxes. The broke people is, and Joe Biden know it.
And they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
that makes me smart.
Huh? He know he didn't pay no federal income tax. That makes me smart. Just like every other motherfucker, it makes me smart, not dumb.
Well, the reason the rich don't work for money is number one expense is tax.
If you can make $1 million or $1 billion, that's great. God bless you. All I'm asking is you pay your fair share.
What is a fair share, Joe Biden? What is a fair share? If you, he said, pay 20% of your income. What is my income, Joe? I'm worth a certain amount of money, but that's not my income. I don't make income, Joe. You telling me like I'm got a job. I don't have no income. I got assets. What is 20% on my assets? You want me to pay you 20% on my assets? But then, no, I only make assets when I sell it. Then I can make a profit. And I'm not about to pay you 20% of that because I don't have to. Huh? I'm going to buy me something else with this money. I'm going to pay taxes after I sell it. When I sell something, you want to get your percentage. But I ain't finna pay you 20% of my income. When most of my income are based on assets. Huh? Elon Musk ain't got $250 motherfucking dollars laying in no damn bank. He don't have to, I don't think Elon Musk got $100 billion laying in no bank. Right? But he probably got $100 million in Tesla. He probably got $100 million in SpaceX. Right? He probably got money in that. Until his chip in the head program and he probably got, but he ain't got no motherfucking $200 billion in no bank. He got assets. How you gonna tax that? We need 20% of your company. We need 20% of your life. Add up all your money and just give us 20%. How you gonna regulate that? You can't, Joe. So you talking about pay your fair share? What the fuck is a fair share? When they paying all the taxes already. The top 1% pay like 40 or 60% of all taxes. So what the fuck is a fair share?
See, there's three kinds of income: earned, portfolio, passive. So earned income is if I get a job, that's earned income. If I'm a doctor or a programmer that's earned income because I'm working for it.
So earned income is what you tax. Every earned income is taxable. Every earned income. So if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a piece or whatever, is you getting taxed. Most of your expenses come from taxes. So if you work at wherever he say, right, you're going to get taxed. There's no way around it. The government is going to tax you. The government and your tax going to go higher and higher and higher. You're going to pay the taxes. So when Joe Biden say, well, we're going to tax the rich, they never tax the rich. The rich pay taxes, but they don't tax the rich. You pay them. With your little security job. You pay them. With your office job. Right? They don't have to. They found ways around it. The only one they found a way around it is you. Because guess what? You have a 9-to-5 and paying taxes is already built into your 9-to-5. The job before you even get it say, look, you're going to pay these taxes. Or you can't have this job. You can't fill out this application. But you're going to have to pay these taxes, right? These federal taxes. They don't say that if you're an entrepreneur. If I get on stage, right, I don't see the IRS man sitting up there like, hey, man, after you get off stage, you have to pay these taxes. I'm an entertainer. I get paid for my work, my trade, you know what I'm saying? And I try to take my money by assets, right? That's why right now I'm trying to take my money because I'm tired of kissing people's ass, you know what I'm saying? I'm breaking up with promoters and shit like that because I want to be able to do shows and stuff like that, but I don't have the promoters and stuff working with me, right? Like I want to. That's why I want to build up my own money and have a club so I can have another asset, right? I can book my own artists, right? I can book my own comedians. You know, I want to be able to do all of that, right? Because I have assets. I'm using my money to buy assets. And then if I buy the assets, I'm not going to be able to be taxed because I'm going to be making money from the club. If the artists want to pay me to get on, the club want to pay me to because of people I brought or because of people buying drinks and shit like that, that's non-taxable money. Right? And me being an entrepreneur, I can say, look, you know what? I think I'm an entrepreneur. I think I'm going to make this amount of money, so I'm going to pay this amount of taxes. Right? I'm in this bracket. But I don't have to pay no federal taxes. I don't have to say, well, I'll save this amount of money for the feds. No, it doesn't go like that. So when Joe Biden say he want the tax to pay, the rich to pay federal taxes, he's not just talking about the rich. He's talking about that category going to fall to anybody who's not paying federal taxes. Oh, we was going to tax the rich, but it says right here, you're not even paying your percentage of federal taxes. So we're going to need we know you're selling hats. We know you're selling shirts. We know you're doing tattoos. We know you're a singer or a rapper, and this is how you make your money. But we're going to need that money too. That's what the feds do.
If I buy, let's say, Apple for $10 and I sell it for $20, that's portfolio income, capital gains.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Portfolio income, capital gains. When he buy and sell. Do you know what the fucking energy sector is buying and selling? Right? Under Joe Biden talk about the energy sector, right? Just let you know there's a whole fucking scam. The energy sector, like I explained the other day, is buying oil that Donald Trump put in the oil reserves for them that $1.25 a barrel, right? A gallon or something like that, right? He's going to sell the gas, or instead of buying bonds now, they buying fucking gas, right? And using gas as bonds and all this old shit. So instead of him selling or keeping the gas, he sold the gas to energy companies. And the energy companies are going to be able to resell that gas. So while Joe Biden talking about all these millionaires and billionaires and rich and shit like that, he's helping these billionaires and zillionaires out by giving these people money. Instead of like the oil, buying back their oil and reselling, buying back their oil bonds and shit like that, Joe Biden got the energy company doing the same thing he accused the oil companies of doing. Watch this.
White House has a buyback plan to replenish the country's emergency oil reserve. Yesterday, the Energy Department announced a plan where the government would seek bids to buy 60 million barrels of crude oil.
Seek bids. Did you hear this? The government will seek bids to buy oil to replace back into the oil reserve. Didn't they do that with bonds back then? We're gonna sell you bonds so we can put money back into the bank. Well, we're gonna sell you oil so we're gonna have you buy oil so you can put back into our oil reserves. That way, when we resell it, it'll be your oil because you own it. Whoever want to buy, you can go buy some oil right now and put them. If you got enough money right now, think about this. This is how the rich get rich. If you got enough money right now, you can go buy some oil and put the shit in the reserve, and it will stay there, right? You can sell your stock. You can keep your stock. You can do any fucking thing you want to, but you can buy oil right now because the United States is selling oil to put in the oil reserve. And guess what? Your money is perfectly safe. Nobody will touch it. You can sell it. It will never go down. It will stay up. You can keep it for years. You can pass it down to your kids. You can do anything you want with that oil because guess what? It's a bond. Like they were selling back after the war. It's a bond. And who did Joe Biden sell 60 million barrels to? The energy sector.
That would be the first time since the early 2000s that the Energy Department has acquired large quantities of oil for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The stockpile has been drained by the war in Ukraine and sales mandated by Congress to raise revenue. It's not a quick fix, though. The process will take years
It's not a quick fix, right? 60 million, it's been drained, and the process will take years. So the oil reserve or the energy sector is going to be buying oil and putting back inside of this oil reserve for years. Money, 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 money. You bought it for $1.50 or $1.25 a gallon, right? You're going to put it back in for $5 a gallon. Then you're going to resell it, motherfucker, at $10 a gallon. Money, 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 money.
60 million barrels will only refill about 1/3 of what was released.
So we need somebody else to refill the other 2/3, right? Anybody want to take us up on an offer? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, George Soros. Money, 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 money. Why you think the rich stay rich? Like, right? Why you think the rich stay like George Soros giving away all this money? Because he invests and make his money back and have write-offs, and he have assets where he don't have to pay taxes. The rich don't pay taxes. That's how they keep all their fucking money. You better learn from the rich. If you pay taxes, that means your ass ain't rich. Or you don't know the game, because there's some broke motherfuckers out there that's not paying taxes either.
But it's not just about refilling. The Biden administration hopes the buyback plan will encourage domestic oil production by guaranteeing a source for future demand.
What? Guaranteeing a source. They hope to boost up the sales by guaranteeing a source of future demand. So we guaranteeing you this fucking money. Remember they tried to back up the American dollar by gold? Now they're trying to back up the American dollar by oil. Huh? Money, 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 money.
Recently, President Joe Biden pitched a twofold solution for America. The first part is a minimum tax rate of at least 20% on the wealthiest Americans on their full income, including unrealized appreciation of assets or capital gains.
Huh? We want it on your full income. You can never do that because rich people don't even know their full income because they don't have no income. How the fuck you gonna charge somebody who ain't got no income? I don't have no income. I got donations. So you gonna tell me, hey, we're gonna charge you half of what you got by the end of the fucking month. I don't know how much I'm gonna have. I don't know how much I'm gonna spend. I gotta spend gas, lights, rent, right? I don't know. I may get a lot of donations that month. I may get a little donations that month. I don't know how many fucking donations I won't get in a month. Sometimes I get cool donations. Sometimes I don't. Right? But I can't tell you at the end of the month how much money I'm going to have to give you. because I don't know what I'm gonna have left over. I can overdo it or I can underdo it, but I don't have no income. So how can you tax me on some shit that I ain't got? Right? You wanna sell the rest of these shirts I got in this motherfucking closet? You know what I'm saying? And you use that as my assets? You want to take my business cards and sell them and use them as assets? Some of my flyers, and you want to use them as assets? What do you want to use as assets? Because I don't have no income. Minimum tax rate at least 20% of full income. What is a rich person's full income? What is Elon Musk's full income? It fluctuates. One time Elon Musk losing money. One time he gaining money. This company lost stock and he got to sell this. This company, what the fuck is his total income? Including unrealized appreciation, right? Me, if I say, well, I'm thinking I'm going to make $12,000 this year. Well, the government said, well, you think you're going to make $12,000? We need at least 3 of them thousand. Well, what if I don't make $12,000? What if I make $6,000? That means I paid you half of my shit. Or what if I made $3,000? I mean, what if you wanted $3,000 and I made $24,000? Now your ass want 8% and want to take me to jail because I didn't realize that I was going to make so much money. Business was good. All right? I don't know what the fuck 20% of somebody's income is.
But passive income, which is cash flow, is never taxed. And that's all these guys are screaming right now in America, tax the rich. I said, good luck.
And the Biden administration is set to propose a new minimum tax targeting the wealthiest Americans. The so-called billionaire minimum income tax plan would impose a 20% minimum tax rate on U.S. households worth more than $100 million.
We cannot afford to continue this level of income and wealth inequality.
Do you want a symbolic high tax rate on the high income people to win votes politically? Or do you really want more tax revenue coming into the government?
Right? Because this giving the government your money is not going to create more money. It's not. It's going to create more greed for them, not you. Right? They dealing with the money. All you doing, think about this. All the millionaires fighting over the money. Wall Street, Federal Reserve, politics, politicians. All of them fighting over the money, where the money should be spent, who should be getting the money, all this sort of shit. If you work, all you doing is giving up the money that they arguing about. That's their money. I mean, that's your money. They're arguing about on what to do with it. All you do is work hard and give it to them. And have no say-so on what the fuck they do. Right? So this lady supposed to be a socialist, but she telling you to give the money to the government. Wait a minute, ain't you a socialist? Ain't I supposed to keep the fucking money? Right? Joe Biden is a socialist, right? We know he's a socialist. Hold on, under the socialist, ain't I supposed to keep the motherfucking money? Why all of a sudden I got to give the government my money and you a socialist? Ain't you supposed to believe in self-preservation and self-help and everybody get treated equally and don't give your money up and the people deserve to have a piece of the pie? Well, that's not socialism or that's not a socialist if I got to give the government all my fucking money.
I'm just asking you to practice what you preach. Let me just ask you one other question here.
I do practice what I preach.
Well, you don't. You're telling other people to send their money to the government, and you're not.
You telling people to send your money to the government, but your ass is not. You done found a loophole in the government. You not like Black Lives Matter. They always find loopholes in the government. It's always loopholes in the government. Right? The Democrats knew that Black Lives Matter was getting all that money, didn't have no regulations. You mean to tell me they only found out after a fucking year? They never asked the question where the money was going or any of that until people started investigating them and asking questions? All these millions and billions of dollars that, I'm pretty sure, Black Lives Matter found a loophole. Well, we're going to buy this house. We're going to say we're using it for business. We're going to say we're using it for that. Right? And they got away with it. Until people couldn't use their ass no more. And then people found out, like, hold on, they living here, they using this, they using it for parties. That's not part of what this house is used for because it's supposed to be a business. And you put it up for a business, right? So since they not using it for a business, they should get regulated. Right? Because they didn't follow the rules of the game. Right? It's easy, but you got to follow the rules of the game.
while making sure corporations and the very wealthy pay their fair share. And I would add, nobody making less than $400,000 a year will pay a penny more in federal taxes.
Because most of the guys complaining, they don't know there's three kinds of income. And the rich don't have jobs anyway.
The rich don't have jobs anyway. It's three types of income, and the rich don't have a job. They got businesses, they got assets. They don't have jobs. It's only the broke people got jobs. It's only the people that's paying taxes got jobs. It's only the people that are stuck and putting their money in banks and depending on the IRS and all this other shit. It's only them that pay taxes. The rich is not worried about taxes because they don't pay them. And he's telling you flat out, we do not pay taxes. Donald Trump told you flat out, we do not pay taxes. We don't. We rich. And not saying that we privileged, but if you follow the rules of the game, you also have that ability. That's what makes America great. Everyone has the same opportunity. I have the same opportunity as everybody on this motherfucking video not to pay the federal tax if I don't want to, right? I may not make as much, right? I may not reap the benefits as much as they do, right? Maybe one day I will, but I don't have to pay the federal taxes that somebody else may have to pay, right? Because I don't have no job. I don't have no income. You can't tell me, well, you making this amount of money, we're going to need this amount of money from you. I don't have that. And a lot of people are like that. I understand. I understand that. And I wish I can do it to a bigger thing. Like I wish I didn't have to wait on buying no club because I want to do something special for the YouTube and shit, like special shows and live shows and stuff like that on my Patreon. But it's hard to get financially supported right now. But keep on saving, keep on working. One day it's gonna happen, right? But if I had more money, I would buy more assets. I would get me a club. I would get me a camera. I would, you know what I'm saying? I would get me movie equipment. I would get me sound equipment. I would get me lights. I wouldn't save my money. I don't save money. When I get money, I spend it on stuff I may need. You know what I'm saying? That's why I accumulate little at a time. I got shirts. I got business cards. I got flyers. You know, I wish I had more, but I only can accumulate what my finances allow me to. If I made more, I could buy more assets. I can have more assets, and I can make more money, right? Because right now, I'm trying to get a club, and if I get a club, I'm gonna have to put the money into the club, which I'm gonna have to go in debt. Well, hopefully, I can work hard enough and get people to come out to the club and pay for the club, where I can go into profit. And that's just how the country works. You know, and I didn't know I was doing, I've been doing it like this, but I didn't understand how I was doing it until I saw this video. Like, damn, I have been doing it, and I have to go in there. I don't get no loans, right? See, the difference between them and me is they can go into a bank or an establishment and say, man, I need $160 million, right? Because I want to buy this club. I want to buy this. I want to buy that. They don't have to ask because they got assets and their credit is good. I don't have assets, and my mama done fucked up my credit when I was young. You know, that's what happened to all black kids. They done fucked up the credit. I had a light bill when I was 3, right? But I don't have no credit and no assets. So that puts me at a disadvantage for somebody. I have the same ideas. I had the same motivation, the same drive, but I don't have the assets. But that doesn't stop me from being able to accomplish what he accomplished. All I have to do is, since I can't get a loan, I just have to raise the money, right? And that's what comes from donations, right? It's some people, right, that can't get the loans. They can't walk into the bank and get the loan. So what they do is they ask people, hey, can you help support this? We're raising up money for this. We funding this. Because they can't get the loan. Like it's a pastor that's sitting on the roof of Chicago. He said he's not getting off until a rec center is built or some shit like that. He couldn't get the loan from the bank. So what he done is he got somewhere and he asked for donations, or he asked for people to fund him, you know what I'm saying, or give him the money or trust him with the money because he can't get the loan, so he can accomplish the same thing, right? With no residual payback. Like I don't want to get no loan either. I'd rather pay for my shit so I won't have no fallback. Like, oh man, I got the club, but I gotta give him this much money every week, and I got to do this, and I got to make sure I got this amount of people and all those shit every week because I won't get paid or I will lose money. No, I'd rather put my own stuff in so if I lose, I won't have to owe nobody. But if I lose and I owe somebody, I lost twice. I lost on the club and now owe you $150 for letting me use the club or $500 for using the club. I lost both ways. But if I put the money in, you know what I'm saying, to go out and go out and promote and do the things right and get the money back, I win. So I understand what he's saying, right, to a fault, right? But you have to be an entrepreneur, right? You have to give. See, I have a product, right? Everybody ain't got no product. I have the ability to give people a product. My voice, my comedy, my research, my humor, all that shit is a product, right? I can sell it. I can sell me. I don't have anything else to sell. I don't have no cars. I don't have no houses. I don't have no hot dogs. I don't have no whatever. I have to sell me. If I can't sell me, I'm useless. I'm broke. I'll be homeless again, right? If I can't sell myself to you, if I can't make myself funny, if I can't do the research, if I can't get out the information, right, that you want to pay to see, guess what? It would be no more YouTube. It would be no more because I couldn't possibly keep it up because my gift or my product is not good enough to sell. And if you can't sell anything, right, you run out of business. That's why when I a month ago when I made the little speech like I need donations and I need this, I'm spending my own money. That was real because it's about product. I'm giving you the product, right? And I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you all day, 24/7. But who you know in any kind of business running around and giving people free product unless they can afford it? You can't. Any business will go bankrupt, including me. I'm a business. So if I keep on doing things for free, I'm just like any other business. I will go fucking bankrupt. I cannot do it. No one can. Donald Trump can't do it. This had a thing on the TV talking about how Donald Trump got $250 million. I mean, and I'm pretty sure he earned every bit of that because he shouldn't have to fight and finance his fight for us with his money. We should be able to pay for this because he's fighting for us. You know what I'm saying? So whenever them go, oh, he's using this money to do this, we don't give a fuck because that's what we want him to do. We don't give a fuck because we got his back. Donald Trump gave us a product that we don't mind buying. Right? So the reason why Tom and Beth Roberts and James Touche and Vanessa and Black Barbie and all them, they donate to the channel because they like the product. They don't want to see the product go nowhere. They like the joke. They like the video. They like the skits. Sergeant Mo too. Don't let me forget my boy Sergeant Mo. They like the shit. And when you like something, you pay for it. You like pussy, you're going to pay for it. You like drugs, you're going to pay for it. You like anything, you're going to pay for it. That's what separates entrepreneurs from people who work. If you got a 9-to-5, you have no product to sell. You have a service. And people are buying your service, not your product. And long as you have a service, you're going to pay taxes. If you have a product, you don't have to pay no tax. If I'm out there selling cakes, right? I may probably have to pay a person for a spot, or I may have to pay a service worker or whatever, but I ain't got to pay for the cakes. I got to buy the product, but the cakes is mine. I turn capital into assets. But everybody don't do that. Well, let's get into this a little bit more.
They have assets.
You know, I notice when you all do that, everybody benefits, whether they belong to a union or not.
You see, Joe Biden don't want you to be an entrepreneur because entrepreneurs don't pay taxes. Union workers do. Union workers pay union taxes, government taxes, federal taxes, all that. So long as you're a union worker, or long as you're one of these servants, right, you're good because you're paying taxes. Or if you're not working, you're good because we can use you to get money from this rich and say we're paying you or we're looking out for you, so you're good too. But somebody who's working, somebody who's got assets, somebody who's don't have an income but has money, you're no good to us because we can't use you. There's no way we can manipulate you. That's one thing why they couldn't manipulate Donald Trump, because Donald Trump didn't need them. And he let them know, I don't need your money. When he ran this campaign, I used my own fucking money. I didn't need you. Right? So people was talking about when Donald Trump using people's money and people donating money, he raised their money. Okay, but when Donald Trump was running on his own and using his own money, why you didn't say nothing then? People appreciate Donald Trump. People appreciate services. If people didn't appreciate my services, I wouldn't be on fucking YouTube right now. I wouldn't. The only way I can be on here is people appreciate my service. Because the money, I mean, as soon as the day the money stopped, save Beverly Roberts was to stop donating today. Time wasn't to stop watching my channel today. People like James Touche and Sergeant Motor said, fuck it. Like a couple of my main supporters say, fuck it one day. They found some other channel, you know what I'm saying, to watch, right? It would be no more YouTube for me. I would have to do something else. I would have to do something else, but it's because of the donations, because of the support I get, I'm able to do these videos. When it's, just like anything else, just like any business, right? Anything else, like you've been explained, once the money stops, the party is over.
And so the average schmo out there, poor guy, sent the kid to school. They don't learn this. The tax laws are for everybody to use if you have the right financial education.
Right? If you have the right financial education. And that's why I'm trying to get the right financial education. And I think I have the right financial education, but right now I ain't got the right finances, right? You got to understand, right? You can be educated about money all you want to, but if you got none, ain't no use to you having that education, right? Unless you plan on getting some, right? I got this education because I may not have none right now, but I plan on having some if I keep working hard, you know what I'm saying? Maybe my videos go back up or go viral, or some of my followers are coming back, or something like that. And that's what I'm waiting on. That's why I'm working hard, because one day eventually it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have more profit. I'm going to be able to make more videos. I'm going to be able to rent clubs. I'm going to be able to do all of that with more capital, with more assets, with more finance, right? With you're only able to do what your finances allow you to do. If I'm not allowed to fucking travel because my finances won't allow me to travel, guess what? I got to stay at home. You're only able to do what your finances allow you to do.
And the reason I'm an advocate of financial education, without that education, you have to pay taxes.
Paid zero in taxes, and they made $40 billion in profit.
You see, very few people will buy what I do, make $1 million and pay zero tax.
Make $1 million and pay zero tax. Joe Biden talking about everybody pay, they rich. The rich need to pay. Well, the rich is paying, making millions of dollars and paying zero taxes. And they know it too. And they know how to beat the system. I ain't going to say I'm beating the system, right? All I know is I have a product to sell that's not taxable. You can't tax my comedy. You can't tax my jokes. You can't tax me being on YouTube and although you can put stipulations, but I have a product you can't tax that I can keep on using. I don't have to buy. I keep on using over and over again to hopefully make capital. Right? I pay zero for it and I try to make money off of it.
$40 billion. You know it, I know it. The American people know it. It just isn't right.
McDonald's is in the real estate business, so they sell hamburgers, but they buy real estate, so they pay no taxes.
You hear that? McDonald's can buy a property on the corner and pay no taxes because they own real estate. They own their property. They just happen to sell burgers on it. That's what you call beating the system. That's what you call working the system. It's not illegal. It's just smart. And the Democrats want to punish people for being smart. Things that have kept this country running this whole fucking time. Capitalism, right? They're trying to take away people being smart.
I'm a capitalist. This isn't about punishing anybody.
When I came back from Vietnam in '73, my poor dad said, "Get your MBA." And my rich dad laughed. "You're going to turn out to be an employee. Who else hires guys with MBAs?"
Huh? Do you want to be an employee or a boss? Employees pay taxes. The boss don't. Think about this. The boss at McDonald's don't pay no taxes. Everybody up in that motherfucker work there do though. The French fry man, the janitor, you know what I'm saying, the cashier, everybody pay taxes, but the person who owns McDonald's don't. Property tax, but not income tax out of McDonald's. That's not a job. That's a business. He don't have to pay no income tax on the business. He got to pay property tax. So he don't pay no income tax because he don't have a fucking job. He's not up in there flipping the burgers. He's not the manager. He owned the property.
We fundamentally transformed how we live and how we work in this country. The reason we have is because of the victories won by labor. I'm going to be a bit repetitive. The 8-hour day, the weekend, time and a half for overtime.
You see that? He not offering nothing about ownership. He's not owning nothing about not paying taxes. He's not saying nothing about entrepreneurship. Everything is about union and working because that's how the Democrats get their money.
Safety standards, sick days, victories for all of us.
He was just pragmatic about it. He says, if you really want to be rich, take a class on real estate. And I said, why is that? He says, once you understand real estate, it's based on debt. And he says, you will learn how to use debt as money, because that's what happened in '71. The US dollar became debt. Right. So once you learn how to use debt as money, you can never say, I can't afford it.
That was deep. When you learn how to use debt as money, right? When you know how to borrow money and use it as money, you know what I'm saying? Because you go in the hole, but you use it as money to climb out of there. You can never say, I can't afford it, because you always have, because your credit is good, right? And you can always go in debt because you know you're going to get it back. See, the dude, when he said I bought $160, he didn't go in debt. It's like if I got $10 and I say, well, let me borrow $5. I'm not going in debt. I just don't want to use my 10 to do whatever I need to do with that 5. I may use that 5 to buy some eggs and sell them eggs for 10, right? And give him his 5 back, and I still got $5 in my pocket that I didn't use my 10 to use. I used his 5. Right? That's what debt does. I put myself in the hole just for a little bit, even though I wasn't in the hole, because I still never touched my $10. So if everything was to go bad, I can say, you know what? Here go this $10 back. Or I can give him the $5 back if I lose. Say I lost on the business deal. With me having $10, I can say, well, I owe this dude $5. I can give him his $5 back, and next time I probably gamble and spend the whole 5, or I probably just spend the whole 2 and gamble. You know what I'm saying? Because now I got to go in debt a different way. Now instead of using somebody else's money, I got to use my own money. So now I got to go in debt. So this is why the plan I'm on. I have to go in debt. I have to raise money, right, to lose money and hopefully gain it back. Think about it. I'm raising money right now so I can go in debt. All right? I'm raising money right now so I can give it away and go in debt. But when I get what I went in debt for, the club, the camera, the phone, whatever it is, I will make money out of it. Because I'm using that debt that I put myself in to make money, to be profitable. If you cannot borrow money, you have to do it yourself. And I understand. No one's going to give me $10,000, $5,000, say, Black, do what the fuck you want to do. Buy your cameras, buy your background, buy your chairs, buy whatever the fuck you need. Here go your money. You know what I'm saying? You can pay me back when you make enough money or whatever. Nobody's going to say that. right? Because I mean, people do that, and people get lucky enough to get certain people like that. But people, I have to face a fact. People are probably not going to do that to me, right? But people will donate to me, right? People probably don't have it where they can give me $5,000, but they can give me $10 here and $5 there, and I gotta say that because I have to save enough money to go in debt. If I don't save the money and I keep on spending it, I'm gonna go in debt a different way, and it's not gonna be good, right? So when I buy my business cards, or I buy my flyers, I buy this, I go in debt. But when people come to the club, I make money. I understood that, but I never understood the lesson. And now this video kind of simplified it for me. Sometimes you got to go in debt because people who go in debt don't pay taxes. You're not going to pay no taxes when you go in debt.
After the crash of 2008, the banks gave me $300 million tax-free to buy real estate that the idiots had lost. And they were idiots because the prices were so high. Why would you buy it at the top of a market? Don't you?
The government gives you money to go out and buy property. We know you good for it. We're going to give you $50 million just to go out and buy property that you're going to make assets out of because your credit's good. Ain't nobody going to do me like that. Ain't nobody going to do you like that. But they'll do the rich like that because guess what? They know the rich the rich has assets. We don't have no assets. It's not the rich fault they got assets. It's our fault. We didn't get rich.
You know that's going to crash?
It's not just higher costs, it's an epic shortage of homes for sale. That caused pending home sales in February to drop nearly 11% from January. They were even slightly lower compared with a year ago. Pending sales measure signed contracts, so people out shopping during the month when mortgage rates did climb pretty sharply. But the realtors are blaming these weak sales mostly on supply. There were just 1.03 million homes for sale at the end of February, a nearly 30% decline from last year. That's the largest annual drop ever and the lowest supply ever.
Huh? Supply. People are not buying houses because they can't sell them. Right? Why I want to buy a house if I know I can't rent the motherfucker? Why I want to buy a house in this market when I know that they got rent moratoriums and shit where the renter ain't got to pay, he can live rent free and shit. Why I want to buy a property now? It's the worst time to buy a property. Inflation, money high, people ain't got no jobs, it's the worst time to buy a house, right? Or invest in property. Because guess what? People are hurting too bad to even buy a house or buy a property or even fucking move.
No. This is, was the subprime was the derivatives market. The MBSs and all that stuff had driven the price of real estate so high, and the rest of us were just waiting.
Sales are now varying dramatically by price point because supply is so lean on the low end and more plentiful on the higher end. But the Realtors chief economist Lawrence Yun notes that now even homes priced between $500,000 and $1 million are starting to see the same low inventory problems.
Oh shit, Blazer 101 done came in for my debt fund. We gonna need more people like Blazer 101. If I had more people like Blazer 101, I mean, this son of a bitch, I'd be on my way to buy a camera right damn now. You know what I'm saying? Blazer 101 donated all the damn time. We need to get some more people like Blazer 101, Slaphead up in here. You know what I'm saying? RJ, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to get some more people on here because guess what? The more this channel is financed, the more entertainment you gonna get. Right? Because just like any other person, I can have all I can have the best skits in my head. I can have the best concepts in my head. I can have the shit I want to do in my head. I want to do this show. I want to be express. I got all kind of shit in my head. But without the finances or the support, you can't do shit. I'm pretty sure this dude can if he didn't have all that money, he couldn't go out and buy all this old real estate. He couldn't do what the fuck he wanted to do if he had to raise the money. Because he giving the money, he can do what the fuck he wants to. And I understand that, right? I have to get in a position, right, where my credit is good enough, where somebody just give me some money for my dream or my belief. Because if I'm not ever able to cover it financially, at least my assets will. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to get in a place where I don't have to see right now. I would look. Matter of fact, I'm finna screenshot this message and show you this message right quick, right? Because I'm tired of asking people right? I'm going to screenshot this. I just have to cancel a show. Hold on, let me show you. Because I'm tired of asking people, right, for, I'm tired of asking people, right, I'm tired of asking people to be serious about my show. Like, somebody gave me a show, right? I need flyers. I need to be able to promote. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to go to work. Don't promise me nothing, right? And then you don't follow up on your end, right? And it makes me look bad. I'd rather cancel the show, right? Because I have to work through somebody else, and that's frustrating when you have a plan and you have and you have people depending on you, right? And you got to depend on somebody else because it's not your club. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to make it a way where I'm going to have my own damn club, and I ain't got to worry about nobody saying no or bullshitting with the flyers or nothing like that, because I want to do more comedy. But I can't if I'm constantly depending on people, right? And I know that the only reason I can't do more comedy is because finances. The dude got more finance to bring the club than me. The dude got more finance to promote than me, to buy the fly. And I don't have that finance, but I have the finances. I say fuck the middleman and get my own shit, because I'm tired of kissing people. That's why I don't do comedy as much as I want to do, because I'm tired of kissing promoters' ass. They throw these garbage ass shows, invite these garbage ass comedians. They're always late. You know what I'm saying? They're unprofessional. I'm like, man, I can't deal with this shit. I want to have my own club so I can run how the fuck I want to run it. You know what I'm saying? Have my own comedians, have my own guests, and have my own crowd. I have people that want to come out and see me. I got people every day. Black, when you gonna do another show? Black, even when I'm on the street, I don't got nothing to tell them. When you gonna have a show? People ask me all the time, you funny. When you gonna have a show? I don't fucking know. Because I gotta follow by these rules and these regulations on these liberal ass comedians and shit, and it's making me mad and frustrated. So I tell people like, man, I don't need your shit. One day I'm finna get my own shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna do my own thing, but I'm not finna kiss nobody ass, you know what I'm saying, to do no show. Let me show you this right here, right. Show you this right here, right quick. Show you before we almost over with this damn video right here. I'm gonna show you this before we get up out of here. When the hell? Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play the rest of this video. Hold on.
Sellers are usually most busy this time of year, but there were actually 20% fewer homes newly listed this March than last March. People are probably afraid that if they sell their home too quickly, they just won't be able to find anything else.
And then when the whole thing came crashing down, all this real estate was now available, and they needed, the Fed and those guys in the Treasury needed guys like us to go in there. So Wall Street gave us hundreds of millions of dollars to mop up all that real estate these guys had lost.
Did you hear that? Wall Street gave them hundreds of millions of dollars. While you won't get $1, while you won't get a red cent, Wall Street gave them millions of dollars to go clean it up. Go clean up this mess. We got your back. Think about that. When you don't have to put up no money to actually make money, you winning. You winning. You winning.
Tension between wealthy elites and everyone else is certainly nothing new. But in the 2020s, with a widening income gap, rising inflation, high gas prices, astronomical home values, offshore tax havens, the billionaire space race, and a shrinking middle class, the question of what governments should do about the ultra-rich has become a central one in economic policy.
Now, it's fair because everybody could do it. When I ask the average guy, why don't you use debt? They can't even get a loan.
Huh? I can't use debt because I can't get a loan. When you ask the average person, I know how to do it. I know how to do the debt to get a loan. I mean, to use debt to get money, right? Because I've been doing it. I just didn't know what it was called, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I knew the concept, right? Now, let me show you this right quick before we get into the rest of this, right? Now, this is a conversation I had this morning, right? This conversation, kind of like last night, right? Kind of like last night, right? This conversation I had last night, right? On a text message, right? Where we at? Oh, shit. Right here, right right here, right? Ooh, gotta pause it, right? Cancel today. Do ask what happened, right? Not enough. He not getting the info out fast enough. I need my info out fast, right? Because I need to get out there and fucking promote. If you doing a bad job on your end, I'm not finna make I'm not finna look bad on my end, right? I'd rather cancel the show and not do a fucking show than to look fucking bad, right? The promoter. Who was the promoter? I gave him his name, right? Then I tell him right here, right? I say, fuck it. I bet on myself, right? I bet on myself. You still want to do the show? I can make him a different offer. I tell him I put up the fucking money. I just tell him I put up all the money because I believe in myself so much. So if you still want to do the show and you still have my back, I will gamble on myself. I will go in debt and I will put up the money. But I need to know somebody have my back because evidently this motherfucker ain't got my back. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to have my back. I need somebody to have my back if I'm going to put up the money. So he ain't responded yet. But if he say, yeah, I'm going to take that gamble and I'm going to put up the money, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can make it back because I don't want to lose that opportunity of turning my debt into money. I could lose, right? But I'm not going to leave it up to the promoter for me to lose. I'm not going to leave it up to you. Right? If I'm going to lose, it's going to be something I done. Not something because you ain't got the flyers out fast enough. You ain't gave me no time. You ain't gave me this. You ain't gave me that. You ain't gave me shit. So I'm not about to lose. I'd rather quit. I'd rather not do it. Because like I say, one day I'm going to get my own shit and I ain't got to deal with none of this shit. My shit going to be professional. My shit going to be all this. But dealing with somebody else, when you don't have the money and the power, you got to go through things like this. You got to understand you're not going to get along. I got to understand. I can't cry about it. I'm not going to get along. Whoever's on here, you're not going to get along. Ain't nobody fit to come up to you and say, hey, I want to give you $100,000 because I believe in you. You're going to have to get it by yourself. You have to get it out the mud. You're going to have to find a product that you can sell. It may not be comedy. It could be some goddamn hats or some glasses or some shirts or something. Make a profit. Right? Or get something that you can have assets off of where you can sell. It could be some gold coins, but find something that you can resell that won't lose value. Money loses value. I don't hold on to no money. When I get it, I buy flyers, I buy this, I buy that, because guess what? In a little while, it's going to depreciate anyway. The money right today ain't going to buy you the same amount of gas as it bought you yesterday. And the money today ain't going to buy you the same amount of gas as gas going to buy you tomorrow. It's going to be more tomorrow. So you're going to lose money if you don't get gas till fucking day. You're going to lose money tomorrow. Ain't that a bitch? Every time you get gas, you lose money because gas is more expensive the next time you get gas than it was before. So your money is the value in every fucking time you put in money in your fucking tank. Is the money is devaluated every single time
because their scores are so bad. So that's what's going on in the world today. They think the rich are crooks. The rich just play by different laws.
You hear that? They're not crooks. They play by different laws. They play by different rules. You got to understand the rules. I understand the rules on a lower level scale, but I understand them now. I've been implementing them, right? By me, it's certain. I didn't know I was conservative when I was conservative because I never understood the liberals. You know what I'm saying? But I was a liberal, but I didn't understand them. I didn't know I was conservative. I never had a chance to see what conservatism was about. I never got a chance to be around conservatives. I never had a chance to talk to conservatives. So I was a conservative and didn't even fucking know. Right? Like right now, I'm a businessman as far as a business and a commodity and shit like that, and I didn't even fucking know. Right? I know I got a product for sale because I used to call myself dope. You know what I'm saying? I got dope and I'm the dope. I'm going to sell myself. I used to call myself as a product like that, but as a product, I got to brand myself and stuff like that because I got to understand. People are not, in order to make my product into an asset, I got to make money off of it, right? And I'm my product. So I have to be funny. I have to be all that. Or people ain't gonna buy the product. And I understand that now. I understand it to a better degree. You have to make more videos, right? to earn more profit. If you want to do the things you want to do, like make movies and make TV shows and shit like that, something I've been planning on doing for a year, you have to make money because ain't nobody going to give you no loan, especially with your conservative views. If I was a liberal, I got offers all the fucking time from people. I just got an offer, what was that, like 2 weeks ago? I mean, 3 weeks ago, whatever I said, about 3 weeks ago, I got offers, right? And I told them no because they want to change my comedy shit. You're not going to change my comedy, and I'm not going to switch from the conservative comedian I am. I'm not. Right? Until I make it big or until I get the finance, until I raise the money, I'm going to be exactly who the fuck I am. Because when I get big, I want to still remain this person. I don't want to change up to get big. Like Kid Rock, right? I heard him talk on Tucker Carlson the other day. You can't cancel Kid Rock. I want to get to that point where I can say what the fuck I want to and they can't cancel me. But for speaking the truth. That's when I'll be able to speak my mind. That's when I'll be able to not give a fuck. And that's when I'll be able to speak the real truth. When I can't be canceled. Right now I can be canceled. I can be canceled at the club because, hey man, we don't want you to come to the club because your conservative views are a little too much. Everybody know I'm a Trump supporter. I almost got into a fucking fight because that's what it was. I put my another hat up and put on my Trump hat, and dude was mad at the other hat I put up because it was a different color, right? And didn't say nothing when I put the Trump hat on. That's what it was in the club, right? But I almost got into a fight over that, right? But it comes to the point where I got to understand I'm a commodity. I can't let that shit slide, and you have to understand your surroundings and what's up against you. I understand what's up against me, right? Liberals up against me. The banking system up against me. So when you say wealth and closing wealth gaps and shit like this, if I can't get the same loans or a type of loan that a white person can get that will help me benefit myself, where's the equity? I don't need no $160 million like this white person would need. A million would need, right? I don't need no $100 million like this other person would need. Give me a $5,000 loan and see what I can do with that. I didn't get no PPP loans, and I was scared of that shit. I probably would have been somewhere if I would have got one of them loans. I was scared of that shit. I'm not finna do none of that. I don't know what's the case in that. Now people going to jail, and I'm glad I didn't do it. Cause I don't know what the fuck that it was about. You ain't finna arrest me for no tax frauds. So I'd rather remain broke and legal than to put my name on something trying to rush some shit because I want to make movies and buy cameras and shit and fuck around and go to jail. I'd rather take my time. It's going to come eventually. Either I'm going to keep on getting donations or somebody going to say, here, black, get everything you need. One way or the other, it's going to come. People gonna get tired of me making skits and say, nigga, I want to see a movie. Nigga, I want to see a TV show. I want to see some of the other shit you've been doing. If you on my Instagram, I don't know if you've been on my Instagram, but I've been doing little things to try to, like, little filming and stuff like that. 1 minute filming just to get my presence up, to get my stage thing, because like I say, I'm fit to venture off into making my own movies. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saving up, because I want to venture off into that. I'm tired of doing skits. I want to make some of these shits, and I want to make some, like, you know how easy it would be for me to make if I had my own camera and my own fucking sound person and all that stuff. You know how easy it would be for me to make a movie about inflation? Not just a document. I'm talking about a funny movie. A movie about inflation, and so people can watch it instead of me making a skit and explaining it. I can easily make this shit a movie. It would be that easy in less than a week. I can write some shit. I got movies written up under this motherfucker. I can make this shit work in less than a week. You know how many you think I got some information out going right now on skits? Imagine how many black people will watch a funny movie about inflation, will watch a funny movie about abortion, will watch a funny movie about the police, will watch a funny movie about homelessness. The only I can do. I know only I can do it because can't nobody else do it. If I'm the only person in comedy, the only person in comedy can talk about murder. Joke about. I'm not joking about the person or but make fun out of the topic. There's no other. I don't give a fuck. Dave Chappelle, you can get Cat Williams, you can get any one of them. No one can do what the fuck I can do. And I'm limited on what I can do because I don't have the money to do anything else. They have the money to do everything else, and they still not doing nothing. I don't have the money to do anything, and I'm still putting out shit. So imagine if I had the same opportunities or I was in the same predicament as one of these other comedians who don't have to ask for shit, who just giving shit. You probably got to kiss some ass. I'm pretty sure they got to kiss some ass, but I'm not ass kissing because that's not a form of affection. But I understand the money situation now, and I understand what I must do.
So now we have the stock market, this one area of the economy, all-time highs, floating on fake money. Real estate, I mean, I don't know how people can afford to live in New York. I was looking at a condo for $55 million. Real estate in Silicon Valley, you can't afford to live there. And then all these companies started borrowing money, so the economy's good, and unemployment's low and all this. They say there's no inflation, but have you seen the price of food, real estate, and student loans and medical?
All that shit is high. Everything is high. They say there's no inflation yet, right? But everything is fucking high and getting higher.
It's a bubble, So now what's going to happen is the baby boomers, my generation, are going to start to retire. And there's no money there. Social Security is broke. Pensions are broke. The students are broke. They're screwing everybody with debt. This is called, not economics, this is called bubblenomics. But they'll never teach you this in school.
And why do they keep printing money? Because they want to save something.
Because it's an addiction. This is like heroin.
Printing money is an addiction, right? They addicted. Democrats love spending money. You look way back in the days, you have never saw what Democrats not talking about spending money, right? Republicans talking about saving money, right? And spending money on certain things. But all these social programs Democrats come up with, all this money, free money, this, giving away money, that, they love giving away money. They love printing that fucking money machine. They love it.
The moment you take that one hit, they say, okay, I'll quit next week. And the economy gets worse, so they go, Trump gave us a tax cut in America. This thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
And you know what tax cut do, right? Tax cut allows the people who wasn't making the money, the only people who get taxed, because remember, the rich do not get taxed, right? The rich do not get taxed. So all Donald Trump done was, when he gave people the tax break, he gave the people that pay taxes more money. Us. He know the rich didn't pay no taxes. He the rich. He know he didn't pay no federal taxes. So what he do? He gave us a tax break. I know how I can make y'all more money because this money, all this tax shit is bullshit, right? We really don't need this much money, but we know y'all going to make the economy better. So guess what? We're going to back up off these taxes because we know you're going to spend more money, right? Instead of, it's two ways you can do it. You can give people more money. We're going to put money in your hands. We're going to give you $2,000 that you can spend. Or you can have people save money. I'm not going to give you no money, but I'm going to cut things in so many ways where I'm going to allow you to save $2,000. And that way you can spend. And on the backside, we're going to give you some more money. That's how you run the economy. Donald Trump saved the money so you can spend the money. Joe Biden give you the money so you can spend it. It's the difference. Right? If you give me $200 to spend, right? I'm going to spend it. Right? But what's the difference if you give me $200 or you cut this, that, and I earn $200 to spend? Giving back to the community, paying the taxes, giving back to the economy, and all that old shit while still saving money. You can't do that under Joe Biden because Joe Biden is about spending. It's all about spending. It's all about the almighty dollar. There's no saving.
So what happened in 2008 They stopped it by printing money. They call it the Great Recession. But they didn't really fix anything. Derivatives went from 700 trillion to 1.2 trillion.
That's not fixing nothing. From 700 to 1.2 trillion, that's not saving nothing. If you're saving something, you would have went from 1.2 trillion down to 700.
Today, twice as much. And that is net. Doesn't tell the whole story. So when the recession hit, the PhD standard came in. That was Bernanke, and then Yellen. The PhD said, they have PhDs. Well, it's no different than long-term capital, LTCM. They had Nobel Prize winners, people like my poor dad, academics, This is what's going on in the world economy today. So the baby boomers are going to retire now. Student loans are bust. So do you have to be an economist to say what's going to happen? We're fighting a 12-year war now. Entitlements are going through the roof. National debt to GDP is 109 in America, 109%. 90% is too late. We have to keep printing now.
We have to keep printing money now because we let it get too far. It's out of control. It's out of control. We got to stop. We can't stop printing now because we stop printing now. Think about it. As bad as the world is, as bad as the economy is right now, right? If they was to stop giving away free money or stop making these imagine what shape we would be in if the people who was getting them free money who wasn't working, right? Who were not paying taxes, wasn't putting money back into the economy. Imagine what would happen if the feds wasn't flooding this motherfucker with money to keep this motherfucking economy red hot. Imagine what would happen. We would go into recession. Because the people who not making money and not giving the money are not able to spend the money. They're not able to pay the bill. They're not able to pay their phone bill. They're not able to go out and buy Nike. They're not able to pay their internet bill. They're not able to pay their car note. They're not able to do none of that. The only reason why they can do that is because they're giving them money. They're flooding the economy with all kind of money. Right? It's not no red hot economy like that where people working to get this shit. It's not. Or you wouldn't see people out there robbing and killing and stealing so damn much. If the economy was red hot, people out there starving, complaining. I have to look. The economy is so. I have to stop doing certain shit, right? I have to stay in the house more. This shit is boring. Staying in the house more. It's cool because you do more research, but I have to cut out shit like. I probably want to just go outside and relax or drive or, go out and just get some fresh air. But that shit going to cost me $20 and $30. Money that I don't have. Money that I could be saving, trying to get better equipment, trying to get a sound system, trying to get other shit. But I got to spend it on gas now. I got to spend it on food now. Right? I would be saving money, but now every time I try to save some money, it's extra. No one can live like that. No one can live like that. That's why I understand, like, when certain people say, Black, I don't have it. You have to understand that because you know the situation you are in, right? But everybody's in a situation where if you don't got it, you better go out and get it. Don't use that. Don't get on YouTube or don't tell none of your friends or don't tell your family, I ain't got it. I can't help you. That's not the government fault. That's your fault because you in America. There's no way in the world you can fix your mouth to say I can't. I don't give a fuck who in office. Long as the rules are the same, long as you in America, you have an opportunity. So if you want to sit on your ass and you want to complain about what's life not getting you and what this administration is doing and all of those shit, and you let life pass you by, that's not the administration's fault. That's your fault. Because everybody has an opportunity in America to get off their ass and do something. So don't ever get on here and say, oh, Black, I would donate, but life is hard. I understand life is hard, but it's going to get much harder if you don't get your ass off your ass and do something. It shouldn't be, oh, Black, I can't donate or nothing like that because, no, it shouldn't be that. Well, here goes something, or here goes $1. I'm going to give it to you. See, if you sitting up here saying you ain't got all to give you motivation to get. Because if you don't get no motivation, guess what? Ain't nobody going to get it for you. I'm not finna never sit on nobody platform, nobody face and say, I ain't got it. Oh, I can't help you. I'm going to go out and get it. I give away more shit than I'm finna give away some. Everything time I give away some shit, I don't put that shit on Facebook. I got extra clothes. When I wear certain shirts, outfits, I go out and give it to the homeless. I go out there and give, I got a bag of shirts and all that shit. I'm finna give it to the homeless today. Because I know I'm going to get it back. I ain't going to never say, I ain't got it. Because I know it's people out there that help. It's people out there that I'm more fortunate than, right? And if you give, God gonna bless you back. That's why I don't understand when people say I ain't got it. Because if you get it and you give it, you're gonna get it back tenfold. That's how the world works. But if you're not helping nobody and you always on, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself. Because it's not, the world don't have time, and the world is not going to wait on you to make no money. The world is not going to wait on you to pay no rent. The world is not going to wait on you to get better finances. The world is not going to wait on you, right, to be in a better position. No, you better take that shit upon yourself. If you got a job and you complain what you ain't got, you need to really focus on something else, because it feels good. I don't know if I'm pretty sure Beth Roberts and all the people that donate time and stuff, it feels good to donate. When I go out and I give shit to people, it feels good to put something on somebody's face, a smile on somebody's face. It feels good to say a thank you or something like that, right? But you have to put yourself in a position to be able to do that. Don't give away your last dollar. If you say, Black, this is my last $5, I'm going to give it to you. I don't want your last $5. What the fuck I want to take your last money for? Go out there and make another $5 and give me $2. Don't say, I'm going to give you my last $5. Don't nobody does that shit. Go out there and make some more money. Let that be your motivation. They're like, well, I can give Black some money, or I can give whatever YouTuber or whatever homeless person, whatever it is, some money, and it won't hurt me. Because if I'm in a position, if I can't get nobody $5 and I'm in a fucked up position like this, if the economy was to get more fucked up, how more fucked up if I can be if I can't give somebody $5 a month or $2 a month, or I can't buy this, how more fucked up would I be? And if you're in a position like that, you're letting the Democrats win. You're doing exactly what the fuck they want you to do, and that's not how conservatives get down. That's not what capitalism is about. It's not about sitting on your ass. It's not about not producing. It's not about not providing. Because capitalism understand there's nothing. I mean, every time I see some like a dude standing on a corner or something like that, and whatever Black people, I know they are capitalists, so I go and support them. I don't give a fuck if it's $1. I cannot pass a Black business where I don't go out and buy a soda or something, just to give money back to them, right? Because I understand they are capitalists, and this is what they need to continue their barbecue business, to continue their taco business, continue whatever product they're selling. They need people to come out and donate to them. So I don't go by no business where I don't donate. If I give them $1, if I see kids out there selling candy, you keep the candy, I'll give you $1. These, you know what I'm saying? Don't go unpunished, because I know, right? I know for sure, right? That I can show you, right? Matter of fact, look, I can show you a video. I'm gonna show you another video, right? Show you another video. I know because of people like Beth Roberts, right? I know I can go out there. Hold on, is this the one? Let me see. Is this? Hold on. I know I can go out there and I can do certain things. I can do certain things, right? Because I know at the end of the day, Tom gonna send me a donation. Beth Roberts gonna send me a donation. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna send me a donation for what I do, right? For what I do, right? So hold on. See, so hold on. Let me see. Let me show you right quick. So when I go out in the street, I can do stuff like this, right? I can give away. These shirts ain't free, right? But I have to give some people something, and I give away shit, right, to people, you know. Let me see right here. And it's not me, it's y'all. It's y'all money. But so when let me see right here. Where we at? Where in the fuck is we at? Okay, right here. So when I go on the street, right, I have to be able to finance my comedy. I have to be able to have gas money. I have to be able to have money for products. I have to have weed money and shit like that because it's boring as hell to sitting on a computer not doing any fucking thing, just not doing nothing. This is right there. You know, it's boring as hell, right? So we're processing the video. Damn, how long does the video take? It's not even that damn long. It's not even that long. But it's because of my donations, like I say, that I'm able to bless people. I'm able to go on the street. I'm able to promote. I'm able to do any fucking thing. Hold on. Why is this thing not showing? Yeah, I'm able to do any fucking thing with donation because if I wasn't getting donations, right? Okay, here we go. It's fixed now. Boom. Here we go.
Thank you, Beth Roberts.
Thank you, Beth Roberts.
See?
Beth Roberts.
Thank
you, Beth Roberts.
Thank you, Beth Roberts.
See, when I go out, these shirts cost. So when I go out, I give people prizes. You know what I'm saying? Answer questions and shit. Shirts I make. You know what I'm saying? I give away shits because I know this is part of my comedy. When I go to clubs and stuff, I give away shits. This is part of my asset. This is why people want to come see me. This is why how I introduce myself. This is how I grow. I have to invest in myself. So I got to give away some shit sometimes. Every person that I done an interview to, I gave a shirt away. I gave some for giving me your time. You know what I'm saying? I show you appreciation. You know what I'm saying? So that way, also, when I throw another show or come to a club or something like that, she's going to come. The people I give shirts to, they're going to come. It's a way for me to promote myself. So this is another way how I spend my money. People don't know, like I work damn near every second of the day. If I'm not in the house making a video, I'm in the street promoting a show. You know what I'm saying? While I'm editing the fucking video in the damn street, right? But I'm always fucking working. Right? People don't know how much I work, right? Because I know one day if I work hard enough, this shit will eventually pay off. Right? And if I keep on, and I got to get donated, I got to go out in the street. I got to have gas money. I got to have, it's certain things I got to have. So I know if I happen to buy some weed or give out some shirts or whatever I may happen, I know that my channel is going to support me enough that eventually I'm going to make it back. I may not make it back today. I may make it back tomorrow. But eventually I'm going to get enough donations, right, where I'm going to make the money back. And I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to profit from it. You know what I'm saying? But it gives me a chance to promote myself. It gives me a chance to market myself. And I couldn't do that without people like y'all. And I'm keeping it 100. That's why I appreciate the channel so much and I come on here so much. Because I know in order for me to do that, and finance that, I must come my ass in the house and do this. Because without this, it would be no that. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna get dressed right now. And I'm finna go on the street. I got some shirts in my car. You know what I'm saying? I was asking that lady about abortions and stuff like that, about women's rights and stuff like that. You know, so she gave me some good answers. So I'm finna go on the street and work up some more answers. And hopefully by Friday, or I should have a whole video ready before Friday. But, these things cost. Gas money costs, even to go get the shit costs, right? So me watching this video, like I said, I'm going to be doing financial stuff for the rest of this week about talking about money and investments and stuff like that, because as we into a recession, right? Or we go into a recession, or as we in inflation, we got to know about what we dealing with and what's best for us and how we got to the point where we got. And is it looking better? And how we going to bail ourselves out? You know what I'm saying? And how we gonna get out of the situation individually? And could we get out of the situation? Right? So I want to focus on that. We're some political shows, so we got all kind of stuff to talk about. But that is the end of this show, right? And I'm finna get on because, like I say, I got shit to do. I'm finna get out in these streets. I'm finna make me an outfit. And if you want to donate to this channel, to keep this channel going and stuff like that, to keep this information, because the only way this channel can work is if I get donations. There's no other way. I mean, I have people. I mean, I had a nice month last month. The people, I got the super chat, you know what I'm saying, helped me out a little bit, you know what I'm saying, extra and stuff like that. Plus the people with the donations and stuff, and my birthday and all that shit helped me out. People sending like Linda Smallwood was sending money through the P.O. box and stuff like that. I want to thank you for that, and a couple other people, you know what I'm saying, that kept me afloat. So I want to thank y'all for that. But keep up with the donations, you know what I'm saying, because I'm going to keep on producing, right? I'm going to keep on making this video. I'm going to keep on putting out this information, right? But in order for me to do what I need to do, y'all got to do what y'all got to do. I'm telling you, the show is, I mean, my channel is going to be a whole lot funnier once I get me a camera, once I'm able to film. I'm not talking about just no skits. I'm talking about what I can film and direct. The skits are going to be so much more funny. People think this shit is funny, right? And it may be, but I have to get too serious up in here sometimes, which I don't like. If I was doing a skit or a movie, I can do the same jokes, I can write the same thing, and I can act the shit out without having all this seriousness shit up in it. While the main talk, because you gotta, when you do these type of skits, you gotta come with logical facts, and you gotta have some kind of logical information before you go into the jokes. But if I had a fucking movie to make, I wouldn't have to talk no logic. I can go into the jokes and you will understand the logics. You know, it's just a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's just a difference. So like I say, keep on donating. If you want this channel to grow, you gotta share, like, subscribe, and do whatever the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? To support somebody, you know what I'm saying? So I'm up out of here, and I will catch y'all on the next one. I have to go. And thank y'all for the donations. Whoever donated, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't donated, go ahead and donate. If you have, good looking out on that. I'm about this son of a bitch. I'll talk to y'all in a minute.